Ooh, woo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lemon Rolls with WhatTeamComp.
You said hold on. I thought that meant you were gonna do
No, I was saying hold on because someone else was talking. I'm like and then you know what? Last we left off, we arrived at Venrora's village, and we learned about something strange this way. Something weird. But it hasn't caused you any harm yet, and your guys are safely in the village, so all at the moment seems to be well. By the way, I think it was. Did you hear the name of the creature, Taru?
No?
Which creature?
The change beast.
No, what the fuck is that?
I didn't hear the name of that. I don't think.
Did
I?
Know,
Oh
I
yeah.
I don't remember if everyone heard
I was
it
the
or
one that
remembered.
recognized.
Yeah, you were the one who
right?
recognized it. Yeah.
Same.
Huh?
Yeah, you two recognized it because you guys have been in the area. You've heard the name as a folklore. Like, think Bigfoot, think the more Jersey Devil than Bigfoot, but
I
essentially.
think you're still confusing Taru.
Okay,
Yeah, did we run across one?
No,
What?
you ran across corpses of creatures.
Taru, do you remember the weird hole we found in the ground?
Yeah, that was something that involved that as well.
Oh, right. That.
Yeah, the hole
I
in the
left
ground.
off right after the hole in the ground.
Yeah, the hole in the ground. The reason why they had another chance to think it over was because they found, and I'm just going to describe this real quick for everyone who doesn't remember. You guys found the tracks of what appeared to be a pack of wolves, and there was a body of a wolf that had been killed. That appeared to have eviscerated and almost like it had been bit into, and then the teeth marks had melted around where the teeth should be, so it looked more like it had been gummed and melted out.
Hmm. Sounds gross.
Exactly so. But thankfully, you guys then made your way forward, and when you guys were, entering an area that you're like, yeah, this is, we're getting close to Venrora's, Venrora's home and such. What was it? Rorik. Got you guys, stop and whatnot, and then kind of just appeared in front of the cart, just like, hi, I'm here, and greeted you all. And you also saw, I know Jairus would want to, if you want to, you can roll a nature or a history check, because you also saw a person who looked like they were a humanoid with a lot of plant-like features, like hair that was like a grassy green that actually looked like it had like flowers growing in it.
Oh, didn't he figure out what that was already?
I don't know if you did or did not. Were you here for the Wilden?
No.
Roll a nature or history check.
What is that? Where did I see this?
He was in the trees, like after some. I think it was I think Butters did something, and then an arrow was shot down, and you just saw this figure that you had not seen before because they had just been holding completely still and just looked like they were part of the tree.
Yeah, basically a guy came up, started talking to us, became uninvisible. And started talking, and then Ringen appeared uninvisible behind him. After Ringen heard everything was alright, then Ringen got basically a warning shot at him.
Yeah.
Ringen was gonna fucking shake someone in the kidney.
If needed, I will do the shanking. If not, meh.
Yeah,
He's a doctor, it's okay.
I'm getting there
slowly.
slowly.
1 second here. I need to grab something real quick.
I thought I didn't miss much. What the fuck is all this?
You were here during this.
Very quickly.
I'm pretty sure she was here during this, wasn't she?
I'm pretty
Nuh-uh.
sure.
Nope.
Around
I
that
left
point, yeah.
right
She
around
left
the hole.
because her
That
stomach
was it.
hurt.
Yeah.
She had a tum-tum ache.
Did you say nature or history?
Your choice.
No, it doesn't make a difference for me then.
You ever been totally calm and peaceful, and all of a sudden you just feel the urge to scream?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't know.
We relate to that so hard. It's but for 6, this is fascinating. You have not seen any humanoids like them before.
Ooh, interesting.
And as you're walking into the village, you actually see that there's a few others like them as well. Not all of them are exactly the same. And actually, I have to pull. That's what I was actually. I was grabbing my phone because I need to pull this up to make sure I don't get this completely wrong. And I immediately hit the wrong one, obviously. Here we are.
Tee hee hee.
Sorry.
Yes?
Sorry. Do you want to roll that perception check?
What the? Oh, perception check. Right, I forgot.
Firmly grasp it.
Oh my god.
You'd notice.
I rolled the whole gyrus hand. It's the most gentle, soft thing that you realize you're holding your own hand.
Whoops.
What the fuck?
You realize you're holding Rengen's hand.
Oh my
Not canon. Not canon.
You can't say that was a joke and then make a roll.
I mean, to be fair, they were making a jest. It's Oz.
Oh my
We know
God.
that she was making a jest. Lay off it. No worries. So here's what some of the other ones look like. You actually have to have it informed to you that these are Wilden because they don't look fully alike. There's like parts of it that do look a little similar, and then there's just stuff that like one of them turns to you, and you actually like start a little bit like, wait, what? As you realize that like their eyes have sunken into their heads slightly and are oily black with like cracks around their body. Let's say they look very dense, and when they wave to you, their fingers are claws. And there's one other type where the leaves that are like in their hair and some off of little parts of their body, depending on who they are and such, are this almost blinding white with bits of thorns that are occasionally interstrewn about. It's again really it's just fascinating, and you're just looking at it just like, what in the world? I'm imagining Gyrus just feeling like, I want to take notes, but also we have to move into the village and stuff like that.
Fuck said you can't take notes while moving.
He's got the keen mind. He can remember this.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
How do you spell Wilden again?
Wilden.
Oh,
Okay, so the jokes with these names just keep popping into my head. It's fucking ridiculous.
Bless thee.
Thank
Wow. This is interesting.
you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I guess Gyrus will just be fucking looking at things.
Looking around, checking things out. Just
doing a look.
doing a peek. And Rorik is definitely going to be happy to inform you of anything if you have any questions. At the moment, yes.
Sorry. If you have any questions, Jar sitting here. I always have questions.
I know. I'm over here like.
Oh yeah, if you have questions, ask him. I mean, he's going to be essentially walking you through town to get you to where Venrora's family and such are. Which, Mad, I sent you a DM.
Oh, this should be fun.
Yes,
debating
because yes, that's kind of important.
Debating if he would or should be asking questions.
Oh,
No, it's up to
Gyrus can take notes, I think, because I assumed he was also on the elk.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
on the
last
elk
we
still.
spoke, he was on the elk. Yes.
Okay, so you can take notes and do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I had him on there in case we got ambushed and we need to get him out.
I mean, these
to a
plant
better
people
position.
are good. Thank you. But these plant people, they're following along, right?
They're wandering. You've entered into the village, which goes from the ground level to up into the trees, and some of them are just casually swinging from branch to branch. Just you see a few of them go just like Tarzan swing between trees, and actually with the perception, you also would notice you obviously were looking for something else, but you would actually notice that there's a few areas where it looks like there are bits of webbing underneath where the swinging is. You'd guess that that's probably a just-in-case measure. It's not perfect, but it's there.
Interesting. Huh. I think he's gonna save his questions a little bit for now while he's just watching everything.
Okay.
For now.
For now, of course. Rourke is kind of just motioning to everyone, just talking idly, just like, over there is where the children tend to play and gather stones for more than natural made weapons when we're not getting in some of the other clans to bring in ores and such. We're occasionally metalsmiths. Occasionally. Metal is not easy to come by when you're out in the middle of the forest. Let me just put it that way. How far have you come in your travels?
Who is he asking exactly?
He's asking this to the entire group. He doesn't care who answers at the moment. He's just making idle conversation.
I'm gonna pull out a fucking map because I don't know mileage.
If you're just pulling out a map, he'll just look at it and be like, okay. And when he sees just how far you've come, he's just like, you came across the entire... That's an impressive distance.
Guru, do you know the region Nieves would be from? Do we have like an established...
Roses, I believe we said.
Roses?
No. That was Butter's character. That was
Nope,
Z. That
it was
Z.
not. Nope, that's where Z died.
No, I have
Yeah,
to
that's
go.
where Z died.
Yeah, that's where Z died the first.
The first time, yeah.
Mad.
Oh my god.
The area, it would be more towards the Closet Lucanus, but more north and east.
I'm gonna say that name to him. Just pretend I did, because I can't say that.
Andrew,
Say that shit.
there's no, the name of where I'm from is not on like the country. This one, I don't know what the name of that one is.
It should be. Oh no, it's on there. It's just everyone's covering it.
Can someone spell out where Nieves is from?
Guru didn't give a name.
I didn't give a name. No.
Oh, I thought you
Just
did.
say northeast of the Claws Lucanus.
Yes.
I don't know how to spell that.
Yeah, spell that.
It's on the
It's
map.
on the
It's on the map.
Which one? Oh,
Oh, where is it?
Oh,
Northeast
it's on the map.
of.
Northeast of here. So it's
Okay.
over in like this area. It's not quite at the coast. It's more inland, but it is
That's
closer
where
to the
Nieves
coast.
is from?
yeah.
She's from the
That's
north.
not far at all. I thought she was from like far away.
Well, to be fair, she doesn't
Bumble
remember
there.
exactly where. She could have been from anywhere from here to here, as
Oh,
far as
rip.
you're aware. So yeah,
Oh,
she's
rip.
yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Fascinating. We haven't had.
I just heard fucking NPR saying, Amadeus, Amadeus. God damn it.
I said no such thing.
You can't prove it because we're not recording this. Oh wait.
You can't
Can't lie.
because I can't read.
Can't lie. My mind did go to. Wait, I thought we were.
Oh my god. All points of all fest.
Okay, hold on. I need to ask one more
Wait.
thing of you.
Ooh. Sorry, I got my nail file in my mouth. I fucking
fine.
chewing on it.
Why are you chewing on it?
Oh god.
I
is it
have
one
an
of them-
oral fixation.
Is it one of
Oh,
those
okay.
like ones that are like sandpaper?
No.
Okay, you know which ones I'm talking about, right?
I think so, yeah. The
Yeah,
fucking,
God.
the really thin ones that bend easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, God, you almost disgusted me, Paris.
No, I have a metal nail file. I'm chewing on the handle.
Okay.
Okay, better.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing unspeakable things to your teeth.
That would be yeah.
I would disown you as a friend, Paris.
I can't stand those those files anyway. They don't do what I need them to do in the first place.
I mean, I think you've told me that you still chew on your nails.
No,
No?
I do
No.
that.
I never
I
chew on my nails.
nails.
I pulled them off.
I've tried very hard to stop doing that.
Good.
Right.
It has been a lifetime habit I've finally broken.
That's why That's why I'm filing them. Because the only reason I do that is because I find a fucking chink in them somewhere.
Yeah, I've got nails.
My brain's like imperfection.
Anyway.
I think I remember. Because you didn't say or send anything to me about that before that I can recall because it's been so very long, Matt.
Give me a hot second here.
Is he gonna like find it and screenshot it?
No. He's gonna type it out. What the Okay, listen here, you great old one, eldritch abomination of eyes. What do you want? He just sent me like 7 eye emojis.
There's NPR's patron right there. It's just a long tentacle with like 7 eyes.
Gyrus isn't even doing anything, and I'm sitting over here like, it's fun.
What's that laugh?
Sans noise.
No, ask Matt to do that. Matt can fucking do that noise to a fucking perfect.
Well, we're going further into the city, right?
There it is!
Alright,
You
hold on a
see-
second.
You see, Paris.
Ooh.
One eye for each leg. One eye for each breast. One eye on the dick. And one eye for each butt. And one eye for each butt cheek.
Are they all on said areas?
Yes.
I mean, they know what they want.
They gotta see what's coming at them.
I love the idea that none of them are on the face.
Okay, so that wouldn't help.
Rip.
What's all yours passive perception real quick?
Not that great.
17?
That's a 19, Chief.
I want
11.
12.
I think mine's 16. Let me check real quick. Yeah, yep, mine's 16. The horses is what the horses is 19.
Oh, does the owl count?
Sure.
I don't know what the owl is.
It'll
Maybe
be
owl's like
perception
12 or
modifier. I
something.
think it's 13.
Oh, is it just it's normal perception then?
Perception
Yeah.
plus 10.
So if it's not proficient in perception, then it's wisdom plus 10.
It is proficient in perception, but I don't know how to calculate it.
It's
Plus his
10?
proficiency. Plus 10 plus his
So
bonus.
13?
So 13, yes.
Okay.
And Mad,
Mm.
what is your passive perception?
Oh, it's pretty hot actually. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 16.
oh my
Pretty
fucking Christ!
What?
I'll just post what I just rolled in chat. Give me a second.
No, just in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 16 year.
If you got crit roll, what the fuck?
That's not bad.
That's pretty hot. That's pretty hot.
I'm more.
What is this? What's this for?
A thing. Remember, we discussed it before. Focusing on here and now, though. No worries. That being said,
Okay.
no worries. I'll put it.
I'll
in
DM him.
I-
It's fine.
Yeah, please. I was expecting you to put it in OOC. Don't mind me. Not into the chat. That's why I said okay. You can put it into the chat. I thought you again. That was my bad. I should have specified. So, your
Ooh.
saving grace in that quote unquote saving grace is well, Gyrus specifically is that you get a little peck on your head, and then when you look up, the owl like turns its head and stares, and everyone with a passive perception of at least 13.
God.
That literally only includes
No Gyrus, I'm there with you, buddy.
So
Yep.
Yeah. The two smart boys are intelligent.
Oh, yeah, they're very intelligent.
Oh, they're very
The-
one-track mind too, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, let me check Halcyons. He's still here.
Yeah.
Fucking
Let's
Jar's
see
just
here.
panting in the background.
Oh my
Hey, wait a minute. Does he? 12. Barely. Just misses it. Oh,
my
fair
God.
I
enough.
don't know why, but now I have like the image of Jarvis's owl being like the cuckoo bird as he pecks him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
I would have, fucking blind sense, but Guru said no.
I did.
I don't think he's gonna take that back ever.
You see a Furbolg beginning to attempt to make their way sneakily towards your group. Just they're clearly trying, just being like, you can almost hear them like making Pink Panther-esque noises as they're like trying to.
Oh my Christ!
Do I
Wait.
see? Am I one of the people who notices this?
Yeah, I said anyone who rolled at least
Okay.
a 13, and Venrora, you know this idiot. He's one of your idiots.
Well, I see he hasn't gotten any better since I left.
Actually, he's gotten a little bit better. I mean,
If you mean
he
guys,
almost is sneaky now.
if you mean the man who's about to trip on his own feet trying to sneak up, is this really better in comparison?
He doesn't seem like
What
he's
did we-
doing that good a
What did we
job.
notice?
You notice that there's a Furbolg who is trying to be stealthy as he's trying to make his way, kind of trying to be like, I'm moving around behind you guys. Just be,
Hey, what are you doing?
He drops behind a barrel and is still like, you still see like his knees sticking out.
Yeah, he's a
behind
fucking furball.
He,
I don't
he's
know
a
why, but-
wide Furbolg.
I don't know why, but I just like imagine Earthos watching this and just shaking his head in shame.
He kind of is.
Poor technique.
He's just like
Terrible footwork.
You need to get a bit more self-aware there.
You can't see me.
I can see you.
Yeah, we
can.
can. You're very big. You're bigger than the barrel.
You're really bad at this. Maybe
You
you
see him
should
trying to
try
tuck himself behind the
something
barrel
else.
better.
Maybe you
It's,
could
it's
Oh,
not.
come on.
It's not working.
try a different career path. Maybe.
Not supposed to. He pokes out, and Venrora.
Mm-hmm.
There's few people who are as willing to try stuff like that as Vannon, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he was clearly trying to be a prankster, and it just didn't work.
Jarvis
I
just
give you
chuckles.
a good effort.
He
I'll give you a
steps
deep
up-
execution, however.
You see him like step up from behind the barrel, put his like grip the ground, and you just see him just boom, 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 just run towards Venrora.
Moving out the way of the
We're
possible
we're
collateral
clearing
damage.
the
Clearing.
area.
Athletic check,
We are
Venrora.
parting like the Red Sea.
Oh, I'm gonna rage. I'm not chancing this.
I love how everyone else saw it and was like, no.
Keep track of your rages, Venrora. 'Cause
That's
you don't have
fine.
to fight today.
If I have to fight, it's a
Ooh,
big if.
foreshadowing?
Clear!
You shouldn't have.
He actually rolled really well. Let's see what you roll.
Wait, is he charging?
not too
Wait,
well.
Who's charging
He's
who?
charging. He is charging Venrora.
Give me, I need to roll something.
Okay.
Wait, I hold person. I hold
cast
person.
What?
I hold person on him.
Oh, I was just gonna
Cast
cast
grease!
I was gonna cast grease.
You just turned him into a bowling ball!
Oh my
He's just-
god.
He's just gonna eat shit.
That is an
He beats your
insane
DC.
Shit hurts me!
Okay.
You
My
see.
Wait,
spell
wait,
DC is
I just-
15.
I realized something amazing.
Hold on.
If he's greased and then hold person
Yeah.
while in the middle of running, he's just gonna slide in a specific position.
Yep. He actually beats yours as well. He got a 17 on the die,
Oh my
despite
God.
his negative
Damn.
modifier.
I hate this guy.
Damn.
Not bad at all. I knew I should have rolled my
Did
dice.
someone, Guru, did you just eat shit? What just happened?
My
Right.
headset came off my head as I was stretching. I apparently had it. The headset cord was around my leg, and when I pulled it, just pulled my headset right off my head.
Rip.
Also, Venrora,
Mhm.
he's been working out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus!
He runs up and just basically he football tackles you. You're like raging. You're like my stance is good. All of a sudden he just ducks down. You're like, wait, what did he? Oof! And he lifts you off the ground, slams you to the ground, and then throws his arms in the air, just like, I am victorious. You're home, and then he drops on you.
Oh, Lord!
I give him a bear hug and I sit up and pick him up.
Ah, it's good to be the king.
Always friendly.
Only 9 more times to go before you come close to tying me.
Ah, don't be like that. I was young and I was reckless. Now I'm strong and still young, but shut up.
You still seem a little reckless. You could have really hurt someone if we hadn't moved out of the way.
I mean, to
Can
be
you
fair,
also
people
define
tend
young, considering you're a furbolg?
to... how old are you again, Venrora? I always based off your age. You've been gone for so long.
Well, wait. It only took. No, it didn't mean that.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to make a point of something that you're gonna realize. real quick.
I mean, I'm 30 out of character. Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking at you expectantly.
Um.
I'm 30.
You see his face like kind of go slack for a second. He's like,
Is he calculating time?
Calculation meme!
you see the calculating
buffering.
meme. Yeah, he's buffering. It's like,
Oh dear.
I'm more than half. No.
Yes. Wait, Venrora's young as shit.
Yeah, right!
She is young.
Venrora's like 18. If you compare that to human age.
Yeah.
Venrora's
Yeah.
like 18.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She's a young furball.
She's got her whole life ahead of her.
Because, yep, I
If
just looked it up. Yeah, Furbolg reach maturity or adulthood at the age of 30.
Yeah. She just is an adult. Barely. And this guy's definitely not,
So,
the
Cassie's
oldest, but
Cassie's staring at him. So what I'm hearing is you're not young. You're a baby.
hey, I am not a baby. He crosses his arms, looking very much like a baby, being, held in Venrora's arms.
Sounds
She
like
looks-
something a baby would say.
Who brought this small, sassy child into your group?
Comparatively, I'm not a child.
You technically brought yourself in here.
Oh, you're right. I did just kind of run in. It was fun, though.
It's fucking laugh. Oh my god.
So, he, grabs Venrora by the cheek and pulls him, just like, you're back! Why are you back? I thought you were gone.
I was gone. I'll stuck on my cheeks.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
were
let's
actually
go.
eating something, man.
No,
No.
he's pulling on his cheeks to simulate the sound of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually eating something, but that was the perfect timing, Don.
Right.
You're welcome. He lets go of your cheeks.
Who are you?
Everyone, this is my brother, Vanin.
Hi!
Vanin, these are my friends.
You have friends? I mean, hi!
Oh, he got you.
You see,
Arthos goes like, oh.
He
Wait,
points to Earthos and does, the finger snap thing, yeah, see, he gets
I
it.
drop him.
Ah,
just so you know,
There
as
it
you
is!
say friends, Ringen begins to raise a finger as Halcyon
You don't get to decide whether or not you're my friend.
Nieves wrinkles her nose at what's his face.
Upset
I wrin-
bunny wrinkle.
I wrinkle my nose in your general direction.
Oh my god.
That's all she does, though.
Does she what? Sorry. Sorry.
You're fine.
Raging!
What?
I was just gonna say, when Nieves eats, does she just put the initial bit in her mouth and just kind of just
Chew it?
slowly enters, like rabbits?
Eats like a rabbit. probably.
Yes! I want to give her a stalk of celery at some point.
Yeah, just slowly enters her mouth.
Inhale.
No!
Inhale a whole stick of celery.
Oh God, that noise just in company with. Okay,
So, where are we going? We kind of stopped.
We're going to my home.
Oh.
Rourke kind of looks down at Vannon and just you see like slowly like just reach down and just pick him up by the scruff of his neck as he just like does the puppy like goes limp.
He recognizes.
He knows that he's supposed to shut up and listen now. He like holds my finger just like go let him know Venrora's home. I'm taking the scenic route real quick. Go. Vannon's like, but I did. Okay, I'm going. Shoved back forward, just like, all right, they're good. Now he's out of your hair. For now. Good luck
For
with that
now.
one. Yeah. So, anything else you wanted to see before you headed home? And before your brother breaks down your own house's door and they have to have him replace it? Unless they actually fix
Wouldn't be the
that.
first time.
No, it wouldn't be the
At
first
this
time.
point, we didn't really replace it. It's a revolving door.
Oh, yeah.
Easier that way.
I must be terrible during the winters. So much of a draft. And it gets stuck.
We
and you can't
brace
get
it.
out. Yeah, but then you get stuck and you can't get out when it gets frozen. Oh my gosh, and the snowstorms. Oh. He keeps talking as he's walking. Eventually you see... oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say out of character. I don't know what would be here, so I don't know what to suggest.
That's fair. I mean, I think you said you had Smith's tools proficiency, so I was, asking just to make sure that you've got Smith's tools proficiency in one of your characters. I don't remember them all off the top of my head.
I don't think it's this one, ironically enough.
It's not this one. I just checked. Forgive me, but at the same time, you have a lot of characters. I have a lot of campaigns. I'm allowed to be like, wait, which characters do you have to do with?
No, you're fine. It's good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You basically just say that you want to, head home and, see the fam, and he's like, all right. He takes you to it definitely stands out amongst the other, the play. Oh no, Paris, are you back with us? Internet, please. Internauts? Is she amongst? Are you amongst us?
I mean, she would have said so if she was.
That's a big no.
Yeah, that's a big no. We'll continue a little bit, but we'll make sure catch her back up as soon as she's back.
Mm.
now I am.
Oh, there you
Welcome back.
are. Welcome back. You are amongst
Well, let's
us.
catch you up.
Nothing.
The last few
I
seconds
was-
we were just wondering where you were.
Yeah, I was speaking, and now I'm going to continue to do so as you guys approach a. It doesn't stand out too much amongst the other ones, except for the fact that it has a revolving door.
Fancy.
It's more of the fact that as you're approaching, you're seeing it going shoom, 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 shoom.
Terrifying.
And you don't. I'm going to say that most of you will notice this. It's continuously revolving, and every now and then you just see a little blur.
There's someone in it.
It's Vannon.
Is he stuck?
He's
Is he stuck in the door?
appears to be stuck running
He
and
hit
pushing
it
No, he's not
too
hitting it.
damn fast.
It's not that he hit it too damn fast. It's that he hit it and then he's grabbed hold of like one of the bars to push it and is just
He's
continuously running with it. Just
So,
running.
please God tell me this is the type of guy to, like, walk up to a sliding door and then bounce between the black bar that opens it so it opens and closes.
Quite possibly.
Can I, like, stop the revolving door?
You could try, I'd imagine.
Shot.
Make a strength check. I'll allow athletics.
It's the same modifier either way.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 10.
Ooh,
Why did I have to pay it?
I don't know.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy!
Oh no.
I'm good at these.
Yeah.
Yeah, you grab hold of it, and as soon as you do, your mind just kind of goes danger, and you yank your hands back before it slams your fingers in the door.
Oof.
Can I put a stick in the door?
No, you're gonna break our door, Paris.
I might break
No.
his head first. It seems like it's harder than any fucking thing in here.
Actually, probably break the stick before it broke anything. Alright. I'm gonna try and either stop the door or grab him, whichever would be easier.
I feel like stopping the
door.
door.
Stopping the door technically would be easier.
It's a big technically, but I'll take it.
How is he stuck in it? Oh my god.
He's
He's
done
an
it.
idiot!
He wants to be.
He is an idiot.
Intelligence 0.
He has
that being generous?
intelligence to speak of.
Does he have
So,
grog
how is
intelligence?
the
5.
door stuck? Like, sorry, what happened? Sorry, I was
He
gone.
is you know when you have a revolving door? Think Buddy from Elf, but he's not getting off.
Basically,
just
he's
running around
making
in
it spin.
circles. Yeah, he's just running around in circles, and it's not apparent whether or not he's just at this point just doing it for fun and forgot
he's
about what he was
legitimately
doing, or
stuck.
if he's legitimately stuck.
Rengen looks even more unamused than normal.
Can I use Mage Hand to try and stop the door?
No.
I mean, that's 10 pounds that you can grab
That's-
and a lot
yeah.
of Furbolg that's running around in circles.
I'm pretty sure that
Mhm.
Furbolg's eyes might weigh more than 10 pounds, dude. He's fucking huge.
That's not how eyes weigh.
Joris.
Does anybody... if wait, I have
I'm
a
gonna
question.
try and stop. Oh, go
If
on.
more than one of us has Mage Hand, can we stack our Mage Hands so we can lift up to 60 pounds? Is that a thing
Technically,
that's
yes.
possible?
With our powers combined.
I'm just saying this, guys. We do have an unremovable rock.
Yeah, but you're gonna break my door, Butter.
Yeah. By the way, are revolving doors normal? Something we
No.
see normally? Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
This
would
is-
any of us even know what the fuck is going on?
This is a feat of ingenuity.
To be fair, it looks like a door that's revolving, so 2 and 2
Well,
equals
yeah.
4.
I don't know
but-
what this is, and I don't like it that much. I'm just gonna leave it to you
I don't
guys.
like your culture.
I love how, I love how this is just this revolving door. We'll just
Technology.
My mind went, what if I cast knock on it? What would happen?
Is there a
break
window?
the universe.
Are there windows, Madrino?
There is, but I would in character advise you not to do that, because trying to break into the household of a family of furbolgs is an excellent way to get the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah.
Shit kick? You mean just
No.
killed, right? Because
He have
like
his
they're
eyes
gonna,
up and
like,
doesn't say anything.
they're gonna shoot first, ask questions later.
Paris, we don't shoot in this household. We have hands.
We
I'm just, sorry. I'm just wondering what if Frank casted grease now.
Fucking grease the hell out of those hinges.
Yeah, just like.
We'll
Oh
hit light
God.
speed. He will hit light.
I'm a hold person. Do you want to try that?
Wait. Let Matt try his little.
Yeah,
hold
Madrino's gonna have to
first.
go first.
I'm
Roll an
gonna try.
athletics check.
All right, let's see. I don't want to rage again.
Oh no, wait, hang on. I have to cast guidance on Madrino before he does that.
Okay.
I'll get some good guidance on that. Okay.
Okay.
Plus a D4.
I'm expecting Matt to say okay. I rolled a 12.
No. I rolled a 9, but that makes it an 18.
Make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Holy shit!
Not strong enough, but it's okay.
He rolled the same thing.
I
he rolled
did.
a
I
nine
rolled a
before.
1.
You rolled a 1?
On the D,
Oh.
on the
On the
Oh,
D4.
yeah,
guidance thing, yeah.
yeah. You rolled under what he got
No,
on the die.
that's the other one.
Rip.
Dexterity save. It's not huge. That's an 11.
Oh my goodness!
So I thought maybe I could just go back to roll 20, but I was wrong.
You only take 2 points of bludgeoning damage to your fingers, but your fingers are now sore, and I need to make another save.
Rengen, by the way, just so you know, Rengen will just say, by the way, hey, fuckwit, can you just stop?
Before you say that, as your fingers get stuck, you see Vannon just like almost on a dime, just ding, stop running, like look over, and just be like, Venrora, like you hold on behind a pane of glass. Venrora, what are you doing? That's gonna
Right into the fucking. Please God, tell me he presses his face to the glass like an absolute yes.
He's just basically yelling at you, like, what are you doing? That's gonna hurt your fingers.
I'm trying to get into my own house, but apparently my brother doesn't want me to.
Well, get in here!
Cassie will approach Venrora and, like, lightly tug on her sleeve.
Yes.
Please, in every name of every god that I have ever heard of, tell me that he is the stupid one and the rest of your family is not like this. Because if they are, I'm scared!
I can promise you, the rest of my family is not like him.
Don't say they're worse.
Cassie, are you scared for Rengen? Because I would be too. If there's like 6 of them motherfuckers, oh god.
I'm scared that Rengen would have like a brain aneurysm and die on their floor. Like just from the amount of stress of dealing with 6 of these.
You're welcome.
Oh no, I don't like it that God laughed!
Well, Arthos is just gonna like.
Alright, so the door is stopped, right? Oh, sorry, go on.
You stop pushing, yes.
Yeah, Arthos just gonna kind of walk forward, like. Can we come in?
Yeah, I haul my brother out of the door.
There's a
No, he's behind a pane of door.
Yeah, I'm gonna move the door so it's to the section where he is. I'm gonna haul him out. I'm gonna put him into a headlock. I'm gonna give him a nice noogie because
And
he
there you go.
deserves it. And then I gesture for everyone to walk through the door.
Cassie kind of like
I was fine.
Cassie will murmur to Erthos and Infernal, if I ever say our family's weird again, please pop straight in the nose.
Can
Our
I?
family is weird. I walk through the door, but cautiously.
Fuck is this?
Yeah.
Rengen definitely is probably gonna walk in last, as he is contemplating whether or not he even wants to walk in.
I was gonna say, is there anything I could like roll to know if I've seen or know about what kind of fucking door this is?
What
I'd
is this
say
+2 = 4, Taru! Telling you!
Look, you say that, but for someone that's never seen a revolving door before, it'd be weird.
history check.
Okay, Guru, you can't tell NPR shit anymore, got it? The revolving door was made in 1888, by God, that man can ask for us.
Well, that's a good history check.
Let that
Okay,
man have a
I'm
second.
gonna roll it, fuck it.
This kind of device, it's nowhere. This doesn't exist anywhere else.
How interesting. But I know
rolled
of
a
it?
10.
No. You can
Even
clearly,
with-
even with a 22, yeah, this thing exists nowhere else. You telling me not to give shit when this is something that was made by these people just on a whim? Please,
I feel
Butters,
like
had
this
my
is
reasoning.
I feel like this is the equivalent of like a 1500s fucking peasant finding a like, fucking automatic door.
Or at the very least, something like a revolving door where they clearly made this in a way that's, it basically was to, again, prevent the son who always ran into the door from being able to just break their door again.
Oh
and
my
again and
god,
again.
it's a fucking child-proof door!
There you
A little bit.
go. I had my reasoning. I figured this out. I planned.
Okay, so pretty much I've never even heard of something like that before.
Trendsetter!
This is fascinating to you.
Looking at the door kind of closely as I'm walking through it, can I learn how it works? It seems simple enough.
Intelligence check.
It is a simple.
Don't say that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So it's as you've thought. It's pretty simple. It's essentially a gear, where it's got a pole in the center of it that each of these are attached to. There's like a bit of spacing between them to allow it to move independently, but at the same time, it's just, or at the very least, to be move independently and to be removed if needed, without removing everything else along the way, in case one of them breaks.
I feel like this was made in the case of, okay, we'll do this so our kid doesn't run into it, and then once he learns, we can remove it.
He's
13 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Jairus is interested in the door, and he finds it
Indoor.
very clever and cool. And now he's thinking about the applications of this.
Make a wisdom check as well.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say save, and I'm like, what?
Wisdom check. Okay, so as you guys are walking around, you guys all start getting off, and as you guys are getting off, you realize it's still going around, and you look back, you see Jairus still in there.
Looking at it.
I will very gently stop the door. Because fuck you, Jairus is weak as shit, so I don't have to worry about that.
I'm busy looking at how it works. I didn't get off.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks up and he's like, "Oh,
You're on the other side, and you're just like looking around. No one's around you. You're stuck in like just this area that you can see through the glass of like it's like doors where it's like it's not like a full glass like revolving door like we're used to. It's like an actual door that has been put into a gear that is turning around. So it's I'm trying to think of how to remember what they're called. Like there's the windows that you see in like private eyes have where it's got that
magnifying glass.
No, not that kind of.
No?
When you're going to them and they've got the door with the glass pane.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, the single glass pane is like at head height.
okay."
For you, it's like the bottom of it is technically at around nose height. You gotta kind of get on your tiptoes just a bit to see over it.
So you have no idea who stopped the door in that
Yeah,
case.
and to be fair, you still can't see it because you're on the other side technically. And so you're kind of like peeking around, looking at like, can I?
No, I'm saying that because Cassie's like 5'5".
Oh yeah, I know. But he's pushing on, just like, can I keep going? I need
Yeah.
to thank my friends.
She will like,
Pushing it to
she kind of like opens. It like moves it so he's on the correct side and is giving him like this. Are you serious?
It's a round. He has to go roundabout. So he
Oh,
pushed it
Christ.
through, and then you stopped it with him almost on the other side, but like seeing outside and be like, wait, hold on, I'm supposed to get off. Can I pushing against it? You're just holding it, just like, I have to. How do I help?
Learn your
let
lesson.
go?
Learn your lesson.
And then he pushes it around, and then he sees you all, and just like, oh, here's my stop, and hops off.
Yeah, pretty much. Seeing Cassie's look, though, he's gonna be like, really quite a genius design.
You just did the equivalent of a dog chasing its own tail.
I'm like a dog chasing cars.
He looks like he's about to say something, and he just kind of closes his mouth instead. And smiles. As usual.
Suspicious? No.
And I guess he rejoins the group.
Yep, you are in the group, and I'm going to allow Cassie to be out of this. Anyone who does not wish to be a part of this can make a dexterity saving throw.
Wait, why am I excluded from this?
Because you went over to the door to stop it.
Oh, okay.
Be a part of what?
As you see a Furbolg woman wearing an apron, big, wide woman, coming at you, arms held wide as she's coming in. She's looking like she's about to scoop.
Wait, is Ringen a part of this?
Probably.
I mean, unless you don't want to be. That's
She
that's
doesn't
what the
know
dex
you're
saves for.
Me and Cassie are part of this?
Just for.
I don't know if that would help, bud.
From 0 to 100,
I feel like
I'm
seconds.
giving you a heads up of what happened. Ringen pulls a knife and looks at this woman and tries to move. It doesn't work.
Yeah, you try to, and your arms get pinned to your side as you and anyone else who's not rolling the dex save get picked up. Venrora, you're like an inch or two off the ground. Ringen, you're off the ground.
You're Earth outside right now.
What did you?
I feel like
Ringen looks like he's contemplating stabbing this fucking woman.
I
I'm
feel
letting
like
myself be
Venrora's.
hugged.
I feel like Venrora's
You'll
mom
get
got
sick hug.
stabbed. I feel like Venrora's mom got stabbed and still hugged
And
him
didn't
anyway.
notice
Just
it.
like,
Oh, I've been stabbed. I've been impaled!
Yeah, Cassie and Gyrus, she's coming for you guys next, and as well as Earthos,
Okay.
because Earthos got away.
Earthos got away.
Put me the fuck down.
She's
Oh,
determined.
yes. Puts you down. Sees Earthos and the other two coming out, and Earthos is just like, no, and she just walks forward, like, arms out, just big rosy cheek smile.
I'm getting precious
Cassie says a
himself
quick
off.
prayer in Celestial.
Sounds like dirty save.
You just slip down underneath that as she picks up Cassie and Gyrus, and lifts you guys. You guys are like at least a foot off the ground.
There is a very loud person, Celestial.
Fuck. Just so
In
you
Celestial, you
laugh.
hear her say, "Now you watch your language, or I'll wash it out."
You have the
Arthos is
wait,
just.
time out. I like how she commented on her curse words, but Ringen legitimately told us
Put me the fuck down.
You were too muffled to be heard.
Yes.
Also, just so you know, he's for people paying attention, he's somewhat hyperventilating.
Mm,
Like that made him so uncomfortable.
I will make note of that and comment to my mother later.
She's used to people who are understanding of her tendencies. Clearly.
Arthos,
Gyrus is just laughing. He enjoyed himself.
Arthos is just saying, in, like, infernal, just like, that looks very uncomfortable. I don't want that.
Yama's
She looks.
shaking. by
She
the
looks-
door.
Cassie like looks down at Earthos. It's actually quite nice once you get past the biceps.
Actually, she's not crushing you. It's a very soft hug, despite the fact that you are being lifted off the ground. She's
Oh,
strong, but
thank
she clearly
Christ.
knows how to hug in a way that even though she's hugging multiple people, she is being very considerate of breathing.
So I'm just gonna like fucking put this in just caps just for fun.
Gyrus is definitely also going to respond and be like, it's quite warm. Very motherly.
I should hope so.
Wait, Jarvis can speak
In Infernal. Oh yeah, he's
Yes!
in Infernal.
Oh wow!
Surprise!
Oh shit! Oh.
He knows languages. You can't hide shit from him.
God.
I mean,
Venrora
technically
is-
I can, but someone else that I talk to probably don't speak that language.
Venrora, Ringen is shooting you daggers of eyes. Just to this fucking family. Oh, Halcyon jumped in that bitch's arm.
Oh, I'm fucking losing.
he would
Oh my
he saw her going over and just kind of slid over for seconds.
Quiet and murmur in fucking primordial.
Also, Jarvis, I actually can hide stuff from you, so just
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries.
Sips his tea!
no, I'm sipping my gin.
Sips gin menacingly.
God,
How
I'm
dare
glad
you think he's
reminded
that
me.
big of a pussy, Bear?
What?
Pussy work. Jane.
He drinks tea almost constantly!
Oh yeah, I plan on having a tea somewhat later, actually.
See?
Pussy work.
I'm gonna go get me some alcohol. What?
Oh my God.
Oh yes, alcohol.
Sorry,
anonymous.
send me a margarita!
I don't know what it is. It's like mango
All
shit.
y'all getting
Anyway.
smashed over here, and I'm just sitting here like I need to DM you guys. Come on.
Margarita ain't gonna get me bashed!
Bad enough when y'all are sober.
You're totally alcohol, am I right?
Oh
Baby.
my. I thought Oz just said I have butter juice, and I was just like, ew.
Yo, like at least 20% of my friends are alcoholics. It's fine.
Oh, no, that
How's my mother, Guru?
She's very well rounded, I'll give you that much.
Does she look any different from when I left?
She looks
I can hear Mom fucking watching Star Trek in the other room. I hear the theme.
a little bit tired, but at the same time, it's
Mhm.
only been a few months, and she probably just didn't get a whole lot of sleep.
To be fair, when you have him as a brother, no, you don't. Just watch this man entertain himself on a revolving door for 10
When-
minutes.
This person, this thing, is your son.
I
Yeah.
forgot his name, to be honest.
Vannon?
Thank you.
Vannon. She reaches over and just like picks him up. He's like, ah! He does the little puppy like drops his arms and like, oh, I'm limp. Pulls him
He
into the hug.
submits!
It's like, oh my god, it's like the fucking stretchy cat when you hold them up with the arms.
Oh my
And they just become as slinky.
I'm not trying to get out of her grip, by the way. This is comfortable.
Nieves
She-
is backed up
she
against
says
the
to,
door.
Nieves is like, fuck this!
Not the door, but the back wall.
Like, fuck this! Fuck every bit of this! Stay away from me! Nieves is like a knife.
There's so many big people around you, just not.
Poor thing. Oh my god, she's the bunny. She's literally the rabbit we talked to last session.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's facts.
I'll approach Nieves and try and help her up and calm her.
But yes, you see her just like saying something in giant. It's the usual song and dance, Mad. As she like walks him, and he's like dragging his feet, but he is walking himself. And clearly, she's like, you let others have a turn when you're pushing. Come on. Pushes him in to where he can, go upstairs, and she kind of dusts herself off. Stares at you all like slowly raises a finger. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Turns around, walks into the kitchen.
I walk up to Venrora. Your fucking family is already getting on my last fucking nerve, and I've been here for 2 minutes.
I know
Jesus.
there are a lot, and I'm sorry that you're not used to them. I will speak to my mother, and I will try to run interference for the rest of them.
No, that's fine. How many more are there?
As you ask that,
Oh no, girl! At least let me warn him. Come on, come on! At least let me warn him. God damn it, Butter's out of character. There's 3 more.
You can get out 3 as I'm hearing footsteps.
oh yeah, no. You're hearing very fast footsteps of one individual that is essentially overtaking any other sound as you watch.
Yeah, that's fine. I say 3 in character.
Yeah, you say 3 as a very willowy furbolg, still, tall.
Willowy by Furbolg standards.
By furbolg standards. Think kind of like Caduceus Clay levels of physique.
I was literally about to say that.
Yeah. And
Told you, fucking
He
Caduceus.
frail boy.
Jenny.
girl actually.
Frail boy.
Oh.
Frail Goyle.
Goyle.
She's like taking the stairs, like she's trying to take him 2 at a time, clearly, but every time she does, she almost like slips. She's like, up.
Don't slip!
Ridgeon is a full fucking 180 with the knife out. Not pointing at him, full 180
I put
with
my
the knife.
hand like in front of him to like block the knife. I've got one arm out to try and catch her if she falls.
Oh my goodness.
And she ignores the knife and just kind of runs over to Venrora and just throws her arms around you. There's no athletics check for this. You're able to kind of catch her and pick her up with one arm at this point.
What's that you've got there? A knife! No!
You put away the knife very slow.
Oh my god.
Gyrus very quietly comments to Rengen like, "You're very on edge, huh?" Smiling.
You feel Lindsay something?
Huh?
1 second.
Oh no, he's gonna kill you again.
You think your stain is crawling up your back?
You take 1 point of damage.
What did he say him?
You put a small indentation in the back of your leg. That's all.
You fucking prick him!
What does it feel like, a prick?
That's like 20% of his health.
Like a mosquito bite. Like a mosquito bite.
So
He
imagine
has, like-
Gyrus just very quietly goes,
How much
He
did
has
that hurt? Is it
5
1
health.
point.
Okay.
Just 1 point.
1. I just did a little small
I
incision.
mean,
He only has 5 health, come on.
his scalpel! He's got a scalpel!
He's got a scalpel.
Oh, okay.
So Don, question, with my fucking
He'll probably just laugh a little.
passive, do I
No.
fucking see that?
No, I rolled it.
Oh,
No, you
damn,
don't.
nice.
With my
I mean,
19 passive,
yes.
do I notice it?
Yeah, you see it, Arthos. You can see it happen a little bit.
Oh my
Jarvis
god.
just kind of laughs a little.
That's
Really, that bothered my Jarvis,
I mean-
the asshole to laugh again. Yeah.
It's like, Jarvis, you just ask somebody after getting the shit kicked out of them. Huh? Wow, you just got the shit kicked out of you. Just the most no shit question.
Well,
I feel like
you
he does it
like
on
squeezing him.
purpose.
Yeah, he knew. He knew what he was doing.
Also, just kind of slightly squints, but then just like seeing Gyrus just not react is just like, okay.
I mean, they're all so big. It's kind of.
Oh, small people.
Hey!
In Giant, I say to her,
What have I told you about people smell?
In Giant, she replies, I mean, do you want me to lie?
No, but there is such a thing as politeness.
There's such a thing
Nieves
as
is
not
stepping
saying everything.
behind the nearest person, regardless of whether
That's
it is
probably-
Reagan or not.
Probably me then, because I was helping you before. Wait, I realize that means your ears probably poke out from above my fucking head.
That's true.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
I mean, you could come stand near Arthos. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I don't know. I mean, it's the closest. It's whoever's closest.
Yeah, probably Cassie. Because she was with the door, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And she very politely does like a little bow to you guys. Hello, my name is Gilrona. I am the taller sibling than Vannon, who is the shortest.
Do you have a height complex?
No, but he does. She winks at you guys.
I like her.
He's the shortest of the family, but I'm younger.
God, I wish I knew what that felt like. Staring at Erthos' fucking head.
So you're a child.
I mean, by our standards, yes. Are you a child by your people standards?
No.
Okay, cool.
Bringin sitting here tense as a fucking tree.
Did she say your name?
Yes, Gilrona.
Spell it!
I'm spelling it, don't worry.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. Okay, I keep missing these details too, but did she
well
say
done,
she was
right
the
on the
younger
nose.
sister?
On the nose.
Youngest.
She
Yes.
said she was the youngest.
Okay. Ooh, I
Oh.
guessed right too. Cool.
I'm actually a bit older than him. And he points to Halcyon, which then he puts a finger up and I just shoot him daggers and he puts it down.
He opens his mouth, sees you shooting daggers. He kind of like he considers it, but he lets it go.
What's he about to say?
Right.
He thinks he's older than me.
Oh, because he's taller.
No.
I'm technically the youngest between the two of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
certainly.
siblings. She like looks at you and then looks at Nieves, and then looks at you as just like, is that your sister then?
Yes.
No.
Actually.
Jarvis is gonna comment too. He's like, "Oh yes, all of us are."
You're all related? Oh, that must be wonderful. Venrora,
roll some
that's
fucking deception
roll-
checks.
Roll a deception check.
Especially considering Cassie said no, so that'd be with
And so
disadvantage.
did Nieves was in the middle of saying no before Gyrus and Erthos did it to
Fuck
talk.
the 21
Oh
deception.
my god.
Two motherfuckers said no!
Jarvis is just fucking around.
Well, 2 said no, 2 said yes, so technically it's even play.
Yeah. So I need
Persuasion checks, whoever's. Wait, add them together.
I
Add
mean,
them
it's
together.
I
not
will.
hard
Whoever's is hot.
Can I have advantage because Nieves has rabbit ears and nobody else does?
no,
What?
because Erthos has horns and no one else does.
This is the best.
So I
so
convinced her
funny.
that Erthos was lying, but
No, I'm adding this up to see.
Persuasion. That's a natural 18, so it's a 19.
Holy shit.
So that's
You guys' persuasion beat out the deception.
I can't believe
Yeah,
this
you-
shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Nieves
fucking
wrinkles her
axe
nose at
kick-
Gyrus and Darcy.
I'm gonna axe kick you in the face later, I swear to God.
Jairus is just smiling as usual.
Most fucking blatant stare of hatred in both of you.
Well, I'm just joking.
Cassie, I'll say anyone who wants to can roll an insight check.
Oh, what?
Oh, what?
Insight check.
Holy
On
shit!
who? Wait, on
On my
who?
sister?
Yeah.
Do I get advantage?
No.
Alright, fine.
I know that is actually a 17. Those. I know about your Venrora. She's still convinced. She
Why
looks
did
at you,
I
she's
roll
like,
the
"Hold on,
lowest?"
Hold on. Nieves also rolled a 9. So Nieves, she still thinks that your whole family. And as she turns and says, "Your friends must be a lovely family." And then she looks to you all, winks, and Nieves, it goes completely past you because you're ducking behind Cassie.
Okay.
She caught on and is dicking around at this point.
Okay, so she caught on. With the 20, I'm guessing I find that out.
Yeah, you did.
I'm pretty sure the DP was probably like 13.
Did Arthos figure it out?
Yes, you figured it out.
Alright.
No worries.
My nat 20 is on this. Amazing.
I mean, now you know she's playing you.
Yeah. Well,
Congratulations, you played yourself. She's just like staring at Erthos and Gyrus. Why?
I look at Jairus and I just like give a small chuckle, like.
He also just smiles back.
You two are both such chaotic tricksters. I'm not gonna forget the owl anytime soon.
That's just a small joke.
She just points at Gyrus and says, "Owl."
We're just yanking your chain.
Yes, yanking your chain, Cassie. When he says it sounds stupid.
It really does. It really does.
He knows.
She's past Gyrus'
Just,
cheek before she heads back to the
Just
sister.
joshing you.
who's Josh?
At that, she'll spin
Oh.
on her heel and
Friend
look
from
at
work.
Erthos like, "What?"
A friend from work.
Oh.
He likes to prank.
Fair enough.
Does anyone have
So we-
alcohol in this house?
I pass him a bottle of alcohol.
So whenever we're joking around,
Size
or
bottle of alcohol.
whenever like he's joking around or pranking someone else, we say that he's joshing us.
Can I? Oh, yeah, I insided Erthos. I want to know if he's lying.
Go on then.
I did. I rolled a 13.
You're not entirely sure, but he seems earnest.
As
Wow.
you hand the wine.
Gyrus seems earnest about a lot of things. That don't mean it's true.
Actually, I need to roll some real quick. Yeah, no, you hear him coming down. You see a very thick bearded Furbolg coming down the
Big
stairs.
man.
Big man. Look down at the bottle. Look up at Venrora. Look back at the bottle. Look back at Venrora.
It's my own, don't worry.
I was about to say.
I wouldn't
Give
give
away
you
our
the
alcohol.
houses. I know better.
There we go. He walks over and he just pulls you into a hug. Come here.
Big man.
Good to see you too, Dad.
Looks over at everyone. Looks back at you. Looks back at everyone. Did you bring guests?
No.
Yes, Dad, these are my friends. They aren't just random strangers who walked into the house, I assure you.
You
There we
say that like it's meant to be funny, but we've had a lot of the village kids that have just been coming in to use the door, and then they get
But-
stuck. And you just see him like he's looking at you dead serious, just like I'm not joking. They've been doing it.
Please, God, tell me in the background. We just hear, "Woo!"
No, the kids aren't using the door right now. Later.
But do they look like the village kids?
You'd be surprised how many adults go on a spin too.
Okay, as soon as she said that, I looked at him like, "Don't you fucking dare!"
Right!
Are there goblins who live in this
I
village?
don't know if Ringen could fucking another one, another backhanded insult. Not now.
Not yet.
Are there people like me who live in your village?
It's her to die.
Me too.
Aren't your people from the... Kind of looks to Venrora, looks back at her. South, right?
Nieva's gaze is now darting back and forth. She looks like she regrets asking that question.
Can I just like put a cloak or something over her head so she doesn't
Yeah.
like panic?
I think they are, yeah. I don't really know where else they live, though.
I don't either. Forgive me. I'm not familiar with your people.
We look like this. We have the ears and the legs.
He nods.
You sense there's a great avoidance happening of talking about.
He moves over and he holds that hand as though he's like, "May I?" It's looking like he wants to put his hand on your shoulder.
Okay.
Out of character, I thought you said we have little eggs as well.
Do they? Do they have little eggs, Guru?
No,
They're mammals.
Kinder eggs.
they're mammalian. They're not platypusian.
Oh,
Pussy in.
that's a good word. That's a good word.
I'm really glad we're recording this episode now.
Right.
She says, yeah. His
You're not a
hand is
threat,
probably
you're
like
just a
bigger than her
platypus.
entire fucking shoulder, though.
It encompasses most of your upper arm.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
He just kind of like
Yours died.
he doesn't like get down, like, you know, he doesn't do the like short person talking, tall person talking to a short person sort of thing. He just kind of like puts a hand on your
Inappropriate way
shoulder.
to talk to a person.
And he just kind of nods, so he's just like, "You do not have to speak that which you feel uncomfortable speaking of in this house."
Okay. Thank you.
He's very, very kind smile, just kind of like gently pats your shoulder, and then he like whispers loudly, conspiratorially, like, you know, that I'm going to be really, quiet about this, but clearly everyone can hear it. Do not mind my wife. She's not had visitors in a while, and she's looking forward to cooking for a full house. I heard that! No, you didn't. Sure!
So I'm gonna move out of the range should she throw something at his head.
Just say, Guru, as he's saying that, Ringen just nods. I figured that one out already.
Honestly,
The
I'm used
food
to
is
it.
worth it. Is
I
quite
don't-
good.
I'm not sure he'll consider that opinion correct.
Do they take into account that we don't have the stomachs the size of furbolgs as well?
Probably not.
Making a meal your size. Oh, you didn't ask that in character. Never mind.
No, he
Oh, you
did.
asked that okay, cool. Making a meal for people of your size is the equivalent of making a meal for... He, like, pauses for a second and goes, "You? Do you eat as much as everyone else?" He asks Rangan, just like, "Do you eat as much as everyone else, or do you prefer your portions smaller?"
He's being polite.
He's directing that at you, Butters.
I'm aware. I just don't know how long it would take Ringen to respond.
He's still recovering.
This man's very polite.
He just seems to shrug.
Shrug. We'll go with standard portion for people for now. Just
Do you think you can make
leftovers
mine
are
just a
fine.
little bigger?
You can have whatever he doesn't finish.
Cassie, I thought you had
Quiet muttering. quiet muttering and infernal that both the people on either side of her could probably understand. Kind of worried he might experiment with it, but okay.
Just fucking poison the food for no apparent reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
He just like adds poison, spicy.
She don't know what the fuck he's resistant to. She doesn't know his life.
Wait, I can totally see him being the Princess Bride. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. I've built an immunity to this poison.
They were both poisoned. I spent the
Like
last couple of years developing an immunity to iocane.
a habit I learned after many years of Halcyon stealing.
Worst part is I can kind of see that. Just fucking Halcyon almost dying on the floor. Now, what we learned today, Halcyon.
What we learned.
He counts you as like, I'd say, he kind of glances to Venrora, just like, you think that they'd collectively eat as much as 3 of us? That sound correct?
I kind of like
Cassie looks dead at
cast
Venrora.
an eye over the group. I will motion towards Cassie and I will say, make her plate about 75% of what mine would be.
Hers. Points to her, then looks at you, looks back to you. You
I
see him
know,
like
but-
slow. No. You just see him just have an ear-to-ear grin.
No, just so you know, to get the daily intake you need,
Yeah, it's gonna be less than
fucking
that.
Mad, to get
Yeah.
the daily intake you need to eat like an entire fucking cow. And that's
Yeah.
barely exaggerated. To get the
Yeah.
daily caloric intake your size would need.
Oh yeah, we're talking like 12,000 calories minimum here.
You're needing to eat
If that.
food.
Because how tall
I
are you
mean-
again?
Like 8'6".
I'm 8'6", yeah.
And let's not forget that apparently she's still growing.
Yeah!
A little bit. I might have hit my
Well,
height
not
ceiling, but I haven't hit my
necessarily.
muscle ceiling yet.
I mean, that being said, Cassie's pretty thick, so I don't know.
I just have it muscles. No, there it is! There it is! The thought has awakened!
Glorious.
Wait, because I'm curious. I looked up Grog Strong Jaw Wiki, and they said underage, it's between 1 and 50.
They ain't wrong. They ain't wrong.
Wait, what?
Like,
Yeah,
I'm on
because
the
Grog
Crit
doesn't know
Roll-
his own age.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm
god.
looking on the Crit Roll Wiki, and I see age between 1 and 50. I'm like, fair enough.
that
I
does
love-
sound right.
You think his dad ever told him his own age? Nope, and then he died, so he didn't get a chance to ask.
I love the way Matt just phrased that for some fucking
Yeah.
reason.
And then he died.
By the way, when you say like 75, Cassie's eyebrow does raise a little bit like, oh.
Father, how old am I? Dead.
Oh my god. You know you're in trouble when that's how someone reacts to that question.
Yep.
How old are you? Well, I'm not dead yet.
I'm done.
Yeah, also, Butters, I would like you to glance over briefly at Grog Strongjaw's dimensions. Look under description.
Man is a brick house and a half.
I know,
I
what
would
do you want
like you to look at that, and then I want you to look at Venrora and see where she could be.
She wants to be
Her goals.
big and tall.
Grog has been Rora's idol.
That's a completely different area. He doesn't exist here.
Those don't exist.
Grogs don't exist here, except for the drinks. Unless you name someone Grog, in which case you could have a Grog, but it wouldn't be a Grog Strongjaw.
No.
I literally have a friend who's
But,
fucking.
Guys, we are getting
This is
so.
fucking-
You
Yes, we are.
guys are following Grog into the well. Let's go down here.
Into the
Hole.
well.
Mhm.
Toll?
Yes.
Toll?
Hole.
I have to pay?
Hole.
Oh.
Yes. I like how she's like, I have to pay, and that's her big issue here. Moving
I'm
forward.
broke!
I know you're broke. But yeah, he looks you all over, gives you a big smile. And I'm actually going to type this out ahead of time just to make sure.
What the fuck?
My name is Sarnan. It is a pleasure to meet you all. He holds out his hand to shake each of your hands.
His hand is the size of my face.
Yeah.
Ringen,
Arthas will shake his finger.
Ringen downs about half that bottle.
Drink it too fast,
There goes.
you'll get knocked on your feet too fast. Or knocked off your feet, rather.
Imagine being knocked on your feet.
I half imagine Butters to say he drinks the rest.
I'll see how he's doing. Why not? Oh, not bad.
Not
I
bad.
accidentally GM rolled it. Not bad at all.
You're fine. Yeah, you're not bad currently.
He has like a pretty good, if not really good, con save. So he takes his hand and goes, Ringen.
A pleasure to meet you. We have a few other goblins in the village. I was surprised to see that you'd been picked up by my daughter here. Were you out her way, or did you just kind of like looks between you, like holds up a hand and is like, no, that telling it now would mean you'd have to tell it again later at the dinner table, please, if you will.
By the way, he doesn't go for that pussy shit. He goes for the entire handshake.
Oh yeah, Jarvis
Right,
does
same.
whenever it's his turn too.
Yeah. Full handshake, little hand, just big hand. It's fine.
He's
I'm gonna
impressed subtly with this, but you know, he just gives a
Hey,
little nod. Like,
Ringen's
respect.
above average strength.
I just wanted to see what would happen.
Motions for y'all to take a seat in like a more living room area. It's nicely ornamented. Everything has like cushions to it and is carved out of wood in a way that it makes it look very, very nice. It's like looking at like as though the wood almost seems to have been grown into the shape out of the floor, and then you realize, oh no, this is just the furniture.
IKEA furniture. No!
This is not IKEA furniture. This is like very, very well made, lovely furniture.
This is like the opposite of IKEA furniture.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, they do kind of have a Swedish accent.
Oh my god!
Based
Yeah,
off
but there's a
Venrora.
lot. There's a lot
I'm
less
gonna
of a
open the
clean
D&D
aesthetic.
IKEA.
The D and key.
Oh
I don't approve. I'm about to burn down the building.
He takes a seat in one of them. The seats, by the way, are obviously going to be bigger than most of you, but Venrora, you sit down. It's home.
Do I gotta jump in to get into mine?
A little. It's a little hop. Just tiny
Okay,
hop.
cool.
So Venrora, just so you're aware, you need to eat about about probably a little bit less than 435 grams of protein a day.
You gotta eat.
That's a lot of fucking protein.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Probably why he took the Wanderer's feet.
Oh yeah.
And
Wow.
why he was like, yeah, I need all of these good berries.
Y'all thought that I was actually like
I mean, you only needed the
blind
one, but at
by
the same
one
time.
good berry.
To be fair, it like fills you up regardless of your size is the thing, so that's the perfection of Goodberry.
Yeah, nutritionally I was satiated. Thematically and mentally, that was like that's one berry. It's not enough.
Well,
But he
I'm
just
a
kind of sits down and
I'm saying this right now.
Jarvis is just gonna sit down pleasantly, as usual.
as
Cassie,
usual,
I won't fucking cook you.
he motions to Venrora. Was there a reason for coming home so soon? I was expecting you still to be in the capital. How you did make it to Valfest, did you not?
I did.
Good.
In fact, well, that will be a conversation for dinner. We return because we actually need some help, which also might be a conversation for dinner.
Fair enough.
Who's the last one? As he looks to me.
last 2. I forgot about 1.
You hear
2 more.
You don't hear her come in. It's the faint creak of like a rocking chair moving that makes you all kind of like perk up and kind of like look over, realize that there's a rocking chair just kind of over in the corner, and there's just this more petite, older furbolg who's just very slowly just knitting. When everyone looks over at her, she like slowly looks up at you all. I'm sorry, did I disturb your conversation?
Okay, so who's the last one?
Well, that is my grandmother. So...
Alright. So no more children, go ahead.
Don't worry, Venrora will be here soon enough. By sundown, at least. He still has all those duties to take care of. She just continues to knit. Just do her half stitches and all those other fun stuff.
Rengen sits down in a corner and goes to reading his book again. Just...
You're going to want to sit where you're going to get a bit more light. You don't want to strain your eyes any further than you already have. It's just to help you, of course. If you do not wish to, I do understand. I'm just suggesting.
I can make you a light if you need it, Rinkin.
Oh,
What did he say?
I'm falling.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm back.
Maybe I'll fuck.
Welcome back. Of course.
I do go over and I give my grandmother a hug.
There you
I
are.
miss Grandma Furbolg!
Grandma Furbolg, a more petite in Furbolg standards, who's been knitting, and like you
It's
didn't even hear her.
petite.
You didn't even
It's
hear
not.
her come in. The only reason that you like realized she was there was because she started rocking on the rocking chair that you had noticed, and she just like very kindly asked when everyone started looking over. Oh, did I disturb your conversation?
Do you understand how creepy a noise that is to just hear out of nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
That's terrifying.
It's
Grandma
terrifying,
got
and then you just look over, and there's just this very, very kindly, very small-looking Furbolg. Again, by Furbolg standards.
This is how the Conjuring started. Don't give me that kindly shit.
I'm allowed to give you the kindly shit all I want. You can't stop me. Eventually, you guys just kind of relax, just having a moment to breathe, to relax, really. And eventually, the place it's not like a strong scent, but you can also see that there's a few windows open, so that's letting out some of the scent. But it's getting much more strong sense of food. And you can see that Vannon is like bouncing around near the
Cassie's
table.
about to start drool.
He's setting the table. He's being a good son. Gilrona is also helping set the table, setting forks and such like that.
Can I offer to help?
Yeah, sure. If you ask, they'll be like, "Go grab the cups."
Oh, I want to help.
I think we've got knives. Did you forget the knives again? No. Did you?
It sounds like a yes.
I left them for him. Right. Go get the knives. Go ahead.
As Gyrus is helping, he will also try to make small talk. Just about food, whatever.
Why are we letting Gyrus have the knives? necromancer. Like, that
That's
seems like a bad idea.
Oh God.
And you know how Gyrus is. He's definitely schmoozing. He's complimenting and talking about her food.
schmoozing.
Yeah. There he is.
Wait, who? I'm sorry.
Gyrus. He's
Yeah.
schmoozing.
He's fucking buttering up this fucking family.
Oh, you know it is. He is. That's how he be.
She just looks at him and just like mutters an infernal. Brown note. She's saying this with like this fucking smile of so full of shit. That's hilarious.
I mean, he'll reply back and be like,
Haha, when
just
you're
being-
setting up the dinner table and start speaking the devilish tongue, it's funny.
Yeah.
I already done it before.
oh, dear.
Yeah, it's just like putting the knives down, just like.
I've already done it. I did it in front of the dad, and he didn't like punch me straight in the face. So apparently they don't care.
They're definitely giving you a weird look.
You.
Gyrus will talk back in common when he notices that they're a little weird about that.
If I switch to Celestial, the mother will understand the shit.
Yeah, and they understand common too, but we're not trying to hide nothing.
Again, I say, I will hold until you literally axe me in the face. Butters, no. I will fucking hold on to it. It's fucking Infernal is just fucking Hispanic.
I feel like Jarvis was just gonna say like, well, yes, but like, unlike you, I'm not a liar. I don't wish to lie anymore.
I'm not a liar, son.
So, excuse me while I move like 5 feet back while your guide strikes you dead in the face.
Anyway.
Unlike you, I'm not a liar. Struck by lightning. What was that?
I don't. What are you talking about?
I mean,
don't
if
think
the dad fucking looked at me strange, then yeah, I wouldn't be did it. But
What are
again,
you-
I used it in front of him, so I didn't know.
What are you guys talking about?
She looks at Jarvis and just fucking smirks. Well,
Oh, just setting up the table.
Give a squint at Gyrus. I insight check Gyrus.
You don't have to believe him if you don't want to.
right?
I genuinely want to insight check though.
Okay, go
To
for
see
it.
if Nieves believes.
I'm gonna kick his ass. I got a 4. That's what I
You're gonna let it go for now. You have no proof for now.
I love this. I'm gonna kick his ass. I rolled a 4. The devastation, like 3 seconds later.
Famous last words.
Right.
But, yeah. Anyway, he's just helping set up table and making small talk.
Bold move for someone within black hole distance.
No.
gonna
Eventually, you hear the creak of the rotating door, and
The Eternal Creek.
Boomer.
you see a stocky Furbolg enter.
Him big.
He's got a bit of a beard, but it's trimmed and it's actually braided.
Holy crap.
Where like some of it has actually clearly been thrown over like the back of his shoulders with his hair, which is also fairly large and braided, with interwoven just beds of flowers, like a flower crown, just all throughout his hair. As he just kind of slowly cracks his neck slowly from side to side, and he's old. You can tell that he's old, and he's wearing like a thick cloak, so you're not sure about like how like frail or fragile he looks. But considering how wide he is, in his prime, he was probably as strong as, if not stronger than, Venrora. He might still be stronger than Venrora.
I was about to say, I'm like,
Not ready.
I
to
just
test
hit a
him
bug
yet.
with a.
I am.
Good shot. You what?
Absolutely nailed it.
No,
I'm
Paris
not-
said something, and I couldn't hear
I
it.
said
Everyone
I'm not
talking.
ready to test him yet. She
And Paris
said,
said
I
she was ready-
am.
Oh, you're
No,
you
no.
want to test the Lords, man?
I want to
Is
see if he can
that-
throw me like the last one.
Is
Oh
that
my
the
God.
She
leader?
learned. She learned
You
so well.
die.
Cassio.
She learned so well from Z. He would be so proud.
Oh no.
Cassie.
Not actively
Okay.
approaching him, but you can see
Okay.
like the, you know, like the fucking twinkle and fucking Earthos with other shit. You know, the fucking twinkle in someone's eye they get when they have an idea, but they're refraining. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, he's giving you a look. The look. But don't do this look.
Is
The,
he
the look
the
that
leader
like
of
is
the-
ignored. God, I'm sorry.
Is he the leader of this town?
No, I'm not. You hear as he walks over, and he just slowly just kind of creaks and sits down, smiling at
I
you
mean,
guys.
He
At
must
least you
be the
think it is.
Lord of Flowers.
The kids were having a day in the fields, and when you've got enough for them to have some fun with, you let them have their fun. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
I thought you said of course.
Childhood is one of the most important parts of life.
True.
Insight that?
Yeah, sure.
That sounds so suspicious.
Are we inciting Arthos?
Apparently.
Oh, I'm gonna do that too.
Why
I
did
should.
I roll this game?
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
Yeah,
That's so
13.
weird.
That's not how insight should work.
No, it's not.
Oh,
I don't know, I
then
just thought it
you
might
don't
be
have to
fun.
worry
Never
about
No,
it.
I mean, if your character wouldn't immediately
Oh, yeah.
think that.
If your character wouldn't, then no.
Very
Yeah.
Someone saying childhood is the most important stage of the life to someone who has
It
never
does
even
sound a
watched-
little weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It does sound a
Like,
little.
I
Just the
don't
way
care
the
who
tone
you
is and
are.
everything.
It's the tone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sorry, I have been drinking, okay?
Oh gosh, you're drinking in my D&D
NPR.
game? Apparently
I
it's more
am
likely
Why
than
drinking,
I
I'm
think.
holding my shit together, okay?
Drinking
Well,
in
okay,
D&D.
so with your 10 insight, you
And there's a
get
13
the...
from Cassie.
Be gay, smoke crack, eat
Did
ass.
you just
in
say
that order.
Cassie?
Cassie.
Passy. Passy.
I said
Sorry.
Cassie.
I guess with the 10 and the 13, you're not sure if he was being serious or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Being
Interesting.
reasonable, they weren't the best roles, so.
Maybe I'll ask him later.
Just something you can
I'm gonna
think
write
of.
that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Speaking of,
In character, I was trying to be genuine, but
It's your time, dude.
Earthos has clearly been sipping on some of that drunk.
He looked at Ringen when he realized what kind of family this was and said, "Please God, give me that flask."
The grandfather's name is Venrorin, by the way. It was mentioned before, but I wanted to make sure that it was typed out for you guys.
For grandmother?
Father.
No,
Grandmother,
grandfather.
no one has asked her name yet, so she
Okay,
is just
that's
silently just.
I'm kind of scared to approach the little old lady who just popped up out of the ether. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Sure.
What the fuck?
I mean, I guess I'm technically still helping around the kitchen, so it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter if I'm there.
Gotta stop throwing shade at each other.
So much shade. There's no
I,
salt.
but
I
Z
love
and
John
Rengen are-
Mulaney so much.
Z and Rengen are two very different characters.
True.
But that being said, you guys are all invited to dinner, and as soon as you see it, it's essentially a pick what you want sort of meal. There's a lot of ground like root foods like carrots and potatoes. There's some celery that's been diced up and sprinkled in with some of the mashed potatoes, but there's another one that's been left completely plain for people who want to throw in whatever they want into it.
Celery.
We got bacon bits up in this bit. No,
There are strips of bacon.
that'll work.
Raw bacon.
There's a bowl
So bacon.
that appears to be from just looking at it and just kind of, if you smell it while you're eating and whatnot, it's a bowl of butter where you can just like spoon out some butter and just glop it where you want.
It's a shock that Cassie's not died of a heart attack. Cause I just legit imagined her taking food and just putting.
Jesus.
Cassie is Paula Deen.
So it's like a spread of foods that you
Minus
can
the
take and put on your
food.
plate, right?
Yes,
I'm thinking.
it is. Yes.
Is
Okay,
there any
Nieves is
bread?
only taking meat.
What?
Uh,
Is there
Amazing.
Is there any bread? Like
There's-
sliced bread?
Yes, there is sliced bread.
Here we go.
Cool in Earth.
You also,
yeah, I gotta.
you also
Killing me.
notice that the meats, there's a very slim selection of meats.
Okay.
This is fine.
Travis's
Cassie
plate.
just
And
Go ahead.
Halsey.
I'm gonna make an Earthos and with the side
Hell
of
yeah.
with the side of mash,
All right.
Oh my fucking
put a
god.
side of mash.
celery mash.
Oh my god.
Holy, what the shit? You know what? Giving him low stats and then rolling for stuff apparently means that Vannon can see into the future.
I mean, who was that for me? One character had super low stats, but I kept rolling good for. I can't remember who it was.
I believe. Well, I also know that you also were like, I'm going to do something instead of being DPS, and instead I'm always going to roll good for my DPS stuff.
Don't come at Dren like this.
Didn't Grog used to just say things clever, but then like
Yeah.
he would
Would
just
take
get like
psychic damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Vannon watches you, and you see like everyone else doing their own thing. He just watches you. You just see like as he's like grabbing food, he like pauses and just like puts his hands down, and just watches you. And he seems like kind of like you see the cog string in his head. And as you take your first bite of your Earthos, you just like you see like the little ding. He's like looks down at the fork, looks up at you, looks down at the fork, looks up at you, looks down at the fork, looks up at you, just like
Oh, there it
looks
is.
down at his hands. I can eat it with my hands, and just
You gave a,
slaps
you gave a
together an Earthos and
revolutionary
just takes
idea
out.
to an idiot. You gave a revolutionary idea to an
You do get a look from what's her name?
the mother.
Vanilla, the mother. She kind of like gives you a look like a I don't understand, but okay. And then she looks to Vannon as he copies you and just like gives a look like we have guests. And he just like motions to Earthos, just like hey,
Isn't it rude to talk with your mouth open?
no. Yes, it
That's
is.
a-
Sorry.
Arthas finishes his mouth full and says, "Oh, I didn't expect someone else to be doing that."
Ringan made a
Yep.
salad.
And Gyres is
Oh, there's-
making a salad too.
There's a lot more than like just like salads if you want like more than greens because there's like salads, peas, carrots.
Baby, I took a
potatoes,
bit of everything.
potatoes, like baked potatoes. Like there's a lot of greens. You notice that.
Ringan goes through all of the food he eats to make sure it's not poisoned first.
Okay, yeah. You check it. It's not poisoned.
Alright.
And you notice that of the family, Sarnan is
Yeah,
having none of the meat.
Okay,
We have
okay.
two opposite sides of the spectrum, I see.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We have all sides of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Venrora is consuming whatever he feels is necessary, and meat is on his plate. He actually takes like a thick slice of, you'd guess, wild boar. Puts like all kinds of like potatoes, carrot, like cuts up his carrots and just throws them in and just wraps it up like a burrito and just takes a bite out of it, just using
Oh,
the
no.
meat as a wrap.
I don't know why, but I had like a fucking visual of Venrora and Cassie going for the same fucking slice and just staring at each other. It's gonna end in horror.
Possibly.
What were we here for again?
That's a very good question, Venrora.
Matt has not been talking this entire time. And he turns me
Oh, I'm
for-
fine. It's good.
Mm.
Out of character, just want to make sure I understand what I'm being asked here.
You brought your friends here, and you had mentioned that you had done so with purpose.
Yes. So, to clarify,
I
Please.
will point at Cassie and Earthos.
these are the children of the king.
Mother stops for a moment, just watching you.
What?
Grandfather just looks between the two of them, takes a big bite, and just keeps chewing. Father just kind of like nods very slowly, and then looks between them slowly, and then looks back to you. Bannon doesn't notice he's still eating his Earthos.
He's like, whatever. Got me a fucking new ass.
I got something twice as interesting in my hands right now.
You're from the capital?
I thought Nieves already knew.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
okay.
they brought it up
When-
before.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I forgot. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yep. Yeah, they just stare at you. They don't say anything, they just stare.
That typing.
Cassie looks desperately at Venrora. She's like horrified at this silence.
I raise my hand.
I have been acting as their pseudo bodyguard for the past. My goodness.
It's been a
3
couple of months.
months?
Around that, yeah.
3 months or so. There was an important task that Cassie had to take care of.
They nod again.
I imagine that, like, once you're done, this is gonna end with your mom, like, grabbing you by the ear. How could you not tell me you were bringing royalty? Just have, like, a...
Right.
I don't have sending, so.
However,
And I will glance over at Gyrus.
there was an issue that happened while we were traveling that I was hoping to get some insight on.
Gyrus smiles a little nervously.
All eyes. Shh. All three of their eyes
Yep.
just. Shh.
There's just the smallest whisper from
Nieves'
Ringan
ears
of
like
the word.
swivel.
There's the smallest whisper from Ringan's whispering the word understate.
Oh my god.
Big.
Just sweat drops down Jarvis's brow.
You're right. He's like, yes, well.
I hold up my hand again.
One of our party members was approached by a hag and offered something in return for a retrieval. Now, I don't know very much about hags, but I do know it is very hard to say no to them, and it is, generally speaking, a very unwise thing to do.
Ringan's giving you like a very confused look.
Same!
I'll be real honest.
Confused, why?
Because none of that is right. I mean, the last part is right, or is wrong. The part where it's hard to say no. Nah, you can just say no.
You can, out of character, just say no. Absolutely.
But there's
But then you risk
consequences.
drawing the ire of a hag,
Yeah.
which is almost worse.
Almost. Then break it.
Almost.
Yeah,
Not
there's
quite,
consequences of saying
but
no as well.
almost.
So we were hoping to look into a way to try and break this agreement, if possible. I certainly don't know.
Did you make an agreement in such a way that was magically binding?
I look at Gyrus because I don't know.
What do I
Wait.
know from
Out of
witnessing?
character, did she do anything magically binding? I don't remember.
I'll say roll a history check to see if
Do
you
I
roll
even
an
need to
Arcana check.
roll? He has a fucking keen mind. He'd remember that
Roll an
shit.
Arcana check then.
Okay.
Because I remember she threw some in the fire with her disappearance, so...
Not bad, not bad.
From what you can tell, that was flashy exit. It's pretty standard stuff when you want to look cool.
Yeah.
In terms of a actual magical binding, I mean, you didn't even shake hands. You just kind of talked to each other. Generally, something like that requires for like some kind of arcane binding agreement, you either need to sign something or shake hands. Verbal is a lot more loose in that regard, so it's highly unlikely that there was anything magically done to you.
Okay. Then he's like, I doubt we did. I don't think there. It was only a verbal discussion.
All eyes back to Venrora.
If there is no agreement, then I suppose there is no issue. Not having dealt with hags very often, it's not something I would call myself even mildly informed about.
Do you know what a hag is weak to?
Death.
Nieves is looking at the family.
Oh.
I nod at that.
Wait, what did he just say?
Death.
Death.
Venrora says, you see him like grab a toothpick and slowly start picking his teeth. I find they're much easier to deal with after their skull's been caved in, but that's just me.
Right.
Good meal.
I've told you people all of this. All you gotta do is fucking trust the goblin. He just fucking muttering things under his breath.
I can't believe they wouldn't believe me when I just break their heads in and we just be done with it.
All this Rickon is said. That's why he's doing.
As you're like saying that whatnot, Sarnan just kind of holds up a hand. Father, that's understandably how you've dealt with it. We still need to be aware that sometimes, chaotic as they can be, they do alert us of certain dangers, and they can be helpful in that regard. Killing outright is not always our best option. And you just see Venrora just kind of slowly turn to him. Not all
Cut
the
out
way.
what?
The father said, sometimes hags are useful even in their chaotic nature in informing people of things, and so killing them outright is not always the best option. And Venrora just kind of slowly looks at him just like, I suppose that's a matter of opinion, son.
I believe you brought up tensions within the family.
Oh no, if this was tensions, he'd be bigger. Or smaller, depending on how up to it he felt. He slowly reaches over and just kind of smacks his son on the back, and the son just kind of like, Sarnan just kind of like nods, just kind of looks over and just like,
Can you just drink?
he looks up thoughtfully. Makes like a kind of motion with his shoulders, like, yeah, I can.
Questions for later.
A parasite can be useful. It doesn't mean it shouldn't be dealt with.
I'm genuinely curious. I want an example of how a parasite can be useful.
Medicine can get out venoms. And it can be applied to other things.
Out of character, are you talking about leeches?
Leeches are a parasite, bitch.
Jairus is also.
I asked because I don't even know if she would know about this treatment. I'm not sure.
Nieves, who has been occupied with eating since asking that question, looks up and says, "You're gonna fight the witch with leeches?" Is that?
I don't think that's what.
Did she say lich or witch?
Leech.
No. The word
witch,
before that.
the witch. Are you gonna
Witch,
fight the?
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say hag. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
The hag.
No, I'm comparing her to one.
Oh.
A leash is easy to get rid of. All you need is a little bit of fire.
He gets a slight quirk to his face. With enough fire, you can get rid of a hag.
Venrora kind of just is nodding at all this. I like that thought. Do I have anything to set things on fire with? I need to look into that. You see him like take out a napkin and just kind of like look around for something. He's just like, where's my ink?
I've heard oil
I'm not saying brute force is the correct option. I'm saying it is an option.
He kind of like shrugs. To be fair, I've left a few hags alone just because they've done no true harm, but also because I'm not stupid enough to follow them back where they come from. Time's weird there, and I don't like the idea of going in one time and coming out at another. Granted, it's not always like that. There's a few places that are... No, it's still dangerous. Just time is less dangerous there.
I love the idea that he had to think about that.
He had to consider whether or not he should say that it was safe to go in there.
Seems like what we're conclusion of is we wait for it to come for him and then just try and she kind of like draws her hand across her neck.
I mean, if you just don't go back and speak to her, I think you'll be fine. Did that option never occur to you?
It did, but we have to go back through there.
Why? There's a whole lot of world out there, little miss. If you get stuck on one path, you're going to forget that you got plenty of options out there.
Did he just call me Miss?
Yes.
Please don't call me that.
Are you a
I'm
child?
not going to call you Your Highness.
I don't want you to call me that either.
I also didn't get your name. This is Venrora, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this isn't Sarnan is the one who's more like, very much like, I'm being laid back. Venroran is more just like I'm here to, mess things up, but at the same time be the most peaceful son of a gun if you're nice with me. I'm not gonna call you by the title until you actually have it, but he also does not know your name.
He can
You hold
0
your
to
hand out
60
to
to
him.
0 in like 3 seconds.
Right. She held her hand out to him. Please call me Cassie.
Cassie, you're holding your hand out. You're at almost the other side of the table.
Am I? I'll stand up and walk to him. Shit.
No.
He just reaches over the entire table to shake your hand.
Right.
Him, big man.
Now you see the arm.
Chonk.
No.
Yeah. And as it's coming out from under the cloak, you've seen Venrora's arms. You see Venrora's arms. He could throw down.
Twinkle's back.
He's got old man strength.
Yes, he has the beware the old man who is still in a young man's profession.
The twinkle's back. And I'm sure Erthos is staring at Cassie like, don't. I just realized Erthos is the office meme. Very softly. Don't.
Don't. So, if you are considering your options, where you want to go?
Possibly go next.
He like throws open his arms, just like wherever you want, everywhere, anywhere.
No. It's not an asking. It's not a question of is there anywhere safe. It's that we had considered where to go next. I don't think. Unless someone had an idea, no one told me about it.
Well, what sort of places are you interested in? I've walked around Ozalus, Thradeus, Avalons.
Do we have any goals? Any missions at all we gotta get done?
Could just go home.
You could.
Wait, now I think, why did you people leave your home in the first place? Was it for the thing that we handled?
No. We were escorting someone outside the city who had some enemies in that city.
Fair.
Unfortunately, they didn't make it.
Fair enough.
One thing that's been bothering me, but I'm kind of glad we haven't run into them again. Do you believe 2 times is a coincidence or fate?
I don't think they'll bother us.
That doesn't stop me from being curious as to why they were still following us around.
Whom?
I don't know who they are, but they wore this weird mask.
Yeah, we haven't seen them in quite some time, have we?
Well, we've also been trekking through the woods in the swamp.
Right, person with a weird mask.
The one who appeared beneath mine and Jarvis's room, and the one who appeared in the city. And as well as apparently appearing in the town. Oh god, what's the town? I think it was the Crawl Outpost, I think, because it was right before the pass.
Oh yeah.
Who appeared at the inn we were staying at, just according to the animals there, doing nothing except staring before he left.
What does the mask look like?
Hold up, let me find the description. I don't know if I still have it or not. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Nope, I don't have it. Shit!
I know someone has a description of it. I just,
Description of what?
the mask. I think it was either Mad or NPR. I can check your sheets if you guys want.
I don't think it was me, but I'll double check.
Alright, let's look at my notes.
Oh, goodness.
Are we essentially deciding what the plot's gonna be right now?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh boy.
Fuck God, what's your old character's name? Fucking Elvira comes out of nowhere. What's her fucking name? Not Elvira. What's her name?
Elvira. It's Elvira.
What's Elvira?
Yeah.
She comes out of nowhere. Bring it back! Just fucking carrying the corpse to see.
Oh my god. Just fucking,
That's why Nieves is here.
sticks in her hair, like, just like, what happened to him?
I do not have the description.
I don't think I do.
The only mention of masks I have in my notes is...
Kavar.
Yeah, the Kavar.
Yeah, the weird mask cult from the city, yeah.
That was after...
And I'm pretty sure that wasn't the same mask that guy was wearing.
Yeah,
Nah,
I think that one was after Z.
Oh yeah, that was Z's cult.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't.
It was a cult associated with Z in one way or another.
No, it wasn't. No, that's not me joking. It genuinely wasn't.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no, I know Z's called. That thing has nothing to do with Z's cult. I think that mask you're talking about is the mask that's the cult in the city. Because they were seen as, like, vigilante types, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the correct mask, guys.
That's the correct mask, yeah.
Okay.
The animal masks.
Yes.
It is the right one?
Oh, shit.
From, like,
That's-
1110.
Yeah.
That's like 1,000 years ago. What?
And they're
No,
still here?
Not... Well, actually, no, yeah. Some of them are. Different variations.
Oh, okay, okay.
They're not
Don't quite
the...
the
They're not
same, then.
the... You know, not... You know... They've lasted that long. No. They're variations of them.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just say it's a variation of the fucking Kavar mask then.
I don't think anyone would know what that is.
No,
It's
we
not-
actually one
it's
of
not
us
in
rolled.
history book.
No, one of us rolled that we figured out or we found the name because otherwise I wouldn't have it.
That was
What's it
me.
look
That's what I'm
like?
saying.
My notes
Oh.
are grayed out, so I know I didn't. I don't know it.
What's it look like?
I'll do my best to fucking describe it because holy shit, I didn't write it down. That was
With
a
my-
long session ago.
With my background, Guru, would I have any idea?
Let me check your background again.
Now that I think about it, I probably rolled high enough to figure it out because I don't usually write notes of shit I don't know it.
Roll a. I'm gonna say intelligence check, Rengen. Just straight intelligence.
20. Not advantage, but you know.
Okay. We'll let's take a brevity. Say Paris, you describe the mask. Rengen, you've heard of these masks before. You don't know exactly who uses them, but there is an organization that does have masks like these.
I don't know any more than that.
Most
Or do
that
I
you
just
would-
know they're a thing?
Their thing, what they use them for, tends to vary from location to location. Some of it is for like theft and assassination type things. Others for like getting cats out of trees. The range and
Cats
radius
out
of the range and radius of what the people use these masks for makes it really hard to pinpoint why they're using them.
It's the fucking Guy Fawkes mask. Basically, like for what it's used for. It's like people just wear it to wear it. To show, like, is that a good way to describe it?
Kind of.
I'd imagine it's like for the anonymity.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
It's like how some people will wear Guy Fawkes masks to show like revolution, but some people just wear it because popular mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know some shitheads wear it from time to time. What the fuck they use it for is usually up in the air.
In fact, they're
So-
dealing with thieves then because
So you could have, if they're following you, princess, someone could be trying to protect you, gather information on you, or wait for the right time to kill you.
you see her shudder when you call her princess. That's a lovely.
Say again?
She said that's a lovely thought.
You
It's a realistic thought. I'm not holding it against. It just.
and the fact if they had been following you through all these woods without being seen, if they have been, it means they're good at the very least. Good at what they're doing. If they're still following you.
I really, really hope they didn't put in the effort to follow me through all that we went through.
Yeah, your royalty. I wouldn't doubt that they would.
Hey, Guru.
I see it.
I love how devastated he just sounded. If they're following me to protect me, then fucking hell. If they're following me to try and kill me, now that I've thought about it, I'd rather it just happen.
Sometimes you have to wait for the right time for an assassination. You don't want to do it too early or too late. That could ruin things.
Oh.
But it's just one possibility out of hundreds.
She sets her head on the table at that point.
And are you next for the throne? Or no? No,
I
you're
have-
younger, so it'd be him.
No, we have an older brother.
I'm talking about between you two, but yes, your older brother is statistically, he would go first. Out of you two, unless the people would just want to start drama between the kingdom. If they were going to stop your family from going into power again, your brother would go. Usually. Unless they're throwing it off the scent. Many different options. You seem... He's just thinking out loud, kinda, at this point.
Venrora just kind of leans over to Venrora, which, by the way,
Mhm.
Matt, I just want to make sure that this is perfectly clear.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's because all of them are named
Three.
almost exactly the same.
Three of them have a vet or a va sound to it.
I love it.
Venrora was named after
Just-
her grandfather. Can you tell, guys?
I can tell, but then you also
Call
have
them.
Venala and Vanin. I'm like,
Cool.
Yeah, it's a very similar naming scheme.
and
How many of them are there in total?
6.
Is it 4? No, like of the same name.
4. Similar names. 4.
Quadvora.
I swear.
I want to deal with Yumiko's family now, but I know Dom would find me and just like strangle me with some fucking
I'm waiting-
wire.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for Guru
Fire
to
does
get
a tank
fed up.
destroy?
I'm waiting for Guru to get fed up with an NPC and just give an NPC that you guys, like, one of you people really care about, a Jar Jar Binks voice.
Mhm.
Good fucking luck.
Is that a challenge?
Oh no!
God.
I heard
Just
a
let-
challenge in that voice.
Just like very
Yeah, it was Tara.
important.
Tara said that.
Oh, and now I hear a liar. I will remember this.
I'm flying under the
A
radar.
very important NPC called like Steve.
No, it's like
Oh my god!
Oz makes it back to her hometown. She finds her mother, father, someone extremely important to her about to die. She runs
Uh-oh.
up. The last words she hears from this NPC, Misa, love you.
Oh no, no. NPC called Karen.
Oh no.
No, that's the final boss NPR.
Oh.
What is my grandfather saying to me, Guru?
Kind of pulls you close.
Mm-hmm.
Might want to make it a continued mission to keep an eye on them, just in case. Leans back and goes back to eating.
Mm-hmm.
Out of character. Didn't Venrora find out a little earlier that there was supposed to be some like rogue furball tribe doing bad
Yeah, I've been waiting to bring that up. Yeah, I didn't interrupt everybody else.
Oh. They're at the dinner table, they're just eating.
shit? Now's a
No,
good time.
everybody else like talking about what could potentially be causing these masked folks following us,
right.
but I'm gonna bring that up. Yeah.
By the way, has there been any news of our neighbors? Not in the village, I mean the other village of Fairbolg.
In what regard?
I've been away for a while, just trying to keep tabs.
You have something on your mind in this regard, or just...
I have heard word that there have been Fairbolg in that vicinity causing trouble.
trouble? You see your make an insight check first, actually.
Okay, sure.
Just her.
Granddad.
Just her.
Alright.
Only one.
Okay.
He kind of like, as he's like almost being dismissive about it, kind of pauses and glances over to Sarnan, and you see Sarnan just like, he's like mid-bite, mid-chew, just like everything kind of frozen for him for a second as he's like clearly in thought and just kind of like, his eyes like widen like imperceptibly for a moment. He kind of just like glances over to his father and kind of gives like a faint like nod. And Venrora, you hear him just like cover his mouth. Just like full on, just over his mouth. And Vannon head snaps up, looking up, just like, oh. Venrora, you know that that's generally what he does when he's muffling curses.
Play company, of course.
Well, and Mother does not like it when people curse around Vannon because he tends to pick up bad habits.
That's also true.
He may
Very
not
monkey
have...
see, monkey do.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh
Shit!
shit.
I
Fuck.
Y'all better be saying this out of character. I will slap you.
Obviously.
Oh, you think you? I like to see one of you try and do that sitting next to Granny. Ooh.
Fuck you! I'm not getting hit with a
thought you
fucking
said-
clog.
I thought you were gonna say Granny Uwu.
No.
Say
Okay,
this
Macadoo.
in front
I
of
did
Granny
not name my
Uwu.
grandmother Uwu.
I would like throw Mad into
out
a
of,
river.
out of character. Because
Yeah,
you have
because
heard
no
this
one's
mentioned.
asked.
You have heard this mentioned. Her name is Laurenala. Again, murder, Medrino. Murder. All of these Allahs and such in these things. Or Nuz and Uz and oh god, it's above.
I was trying to keep it like a similar
Yes,
naming
I
convention
understand.
for the family, dude.
No, I understand it, but it also makes me just going like, I hope I pronounce this right and then I remember, hold on, whose the fuck's name is this?
You remember the hell he went through remembering fucking Alex's siblings' names, and they were
Andon and Alex and
And Nivara.
Esther.
I mean Ivara.
I legitimately did that on accident. That was a dwarf name.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, are you kidding me?
Whomst spelled. Whomst spelled.
Oh no.
Howmst.
I hate this. I hate this. Taro, I'm gonna come to your house and fucking kill you. Put down the drink. The alcohol's already fucking monitoring you.
Howmst.
Oh lord.
Then Roran glances to you and he's rubbing his hands together, clearly unhappy. Before he just exhales sharply through his nose.
Are we talking like just agitated, or are we talking like a bull just fucking huffed at the table?
Agitated. You see his mustache flare from how roughly he did so. Unhappy to the max, it would seem.
Oh no.
He angy.
It might be best to avoid going too directly northeast for now. I might have to go and speak with them if they're not keeping with their nomadic ways. You see, like, pause for a second, and then just, like, he again covers his mouth for a moment, and Van is just, like, leaning forward, just like, yes, let it out, I want to hear this. Before he finally uncovers his mouth and just goes, if you're looking for the fastest way over the walk, it's going towards and through that area. Otherwise, you'll likely be either heading back the way you came, or you'll be heading straight south. Or, obviously, you could head in a completely opposite direction and ignore it all entirely. Again, it's your life. You are an adult now. You're all adults, I presume. Kind of like points to everyone like, hold on a second, I didn't actually check this.
Does this man's know if they're adults?
Yes,
He's asking just to be polite.
I am. And Cassie's. And Jars.
There are some people that I'm not. Yes, I am.
Being an
I
adult
thought
is not-
NPR was about to say something, and I was gonna like chuck a fucking sandal from here to fucking Britain.
I'd catch it and I'll throw it back because I didn't say shit.
Fucking bring it!
That's
dear.
self-righteous indignation.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
That is a gentleman. Thank you very much.
He thinks a bitch needs to stop breathing.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when you all like just like, yeah, we're adults, he just nods and just like, okay. Best to be aware and not presume and make a fool of myself and say something. Slowly looks towards Vannon, who immediately goes back to eating, just like, no, I'm eating my Earthos. No, you're
I ain't done shit. I ain't done shit.
Technically, he hasn't done shit, but you know.
Revolving door.
Listen, that's just how he lives.
He just lives like a dumbass, apparently.
It's a lifestyle.
Damn, Oz fucking came straight for his head with that shit.
She came, she saw, she kicked their ass.
Is there other things that you are needing to know as well? I will try my best to give you as much as I can, but if you have desires for things outside my realm of expertise, then I can't help you.
You look like the knowledge, the expertise should be vast.
You'd be surprised.
She kind of has a face that says try me.
He like just stares back at you like, you haven't asked anything yet. I like how you're like, try me, and it's clearly a case of
No, it's
ask
not
a
a case
question.
of. It's not a case of try me. It's when I say that, basically, the best way to describe it: press exit out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough.
God, I hate the memes are the best way that I can speak now. Fucking kill me.
I mean, to be fair, as soon as you say it, it gives a very clear image of what you're saying.
I know, but I
You
hate
either
it.
die a hero or you...
But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts or ideas or things that you wanted to look into for your own interests or backstory or whatever you want, just you can ask. He's not gonna be able to give you all the answers.
I still haven't fully filled out the fucking backstory.
God damn it.
Oh my goodness.
To be fair, I got most of it.
Ah.
It's just that most of my shit's localized. Well, I think.
If you do head towards the south, just so you're aware, there's been some odd movements in the swamp.
That sounds lovely.
Yes. We
Might have been
ran
us.
into
I'm joking.
something like that.
You went south?
Yeah. We went through a swamp.
Came
on.
from the south.
From the
Little
south or the west?
A bit
Which
of
way
both.
is south?
Technically,
South is
both.
south.
Out of character?
No, I know. That's what
A
I'm
bit
saying.
of-
Like we went through a swamp, but we went
bit
south
of
from where
both.
we are.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
That
we
was
came
south-
from the
south-
southwest.
Yeah, that was south. That was southwest. West.
We-
Southwest.
Yeah, that was.
Glad me and Matt had the
it
same
was-
idea.
It was west southwest. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
There's another
Um,
swamp that is more south.
Oh, okay.
So there's... Oh.
There's
Well,
another
looks like
swamp.
both... Looks like... I thought you were saying this in character, like...
Mhm.
There's two cursed swamps, lovely.
Oh no!
I wouldn't say
don't-
that they're both cursed. One of them has brushes with the ancients known as Fae. It's where people like us came from. And the other is more hospitable, if you can get past some of the locals being a bit
Antsy.
hoppy.
I just waited for Nieves to go. That's
I was
racist.
about to say, like, what does that mean?
And which one of them has bodies hanging from the trees? Because I know one of them does.
Thank you for reminding me of that image.
Most likely from the one more to the west. That's not the... I will add that to the list of creepy shit that happens there. No, this...
Sorry.
Speak.
When you say hoppy, what does that mean?
Jumpy.
They're frogs.
Oh,
Frogs.
okay, good. That's
Well, bullywugs, but close enough.
oh.
Anyone who wants to can roll a nature check.
A what?
A nature check.
Oh, well, some nature.
I'll try.
Okay. Anyone else?
Oh yeah.
Nature check if you want to know more about this. Okay, so that's 4. Batters?
Oh, okay.
Only if you want to.
I was zoned the fuck out. Don't know what I'm rolling for.
You're rolling for bullywugs, and you roll the same thing as Paris.
Yep.
Okay.
And Nieves.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you would know very little about it even if you rolled high. Yeah, he says bullywug, and you're kind of like, what? Venrora, you've heard the name in passing. It's like, yeah, bullywugs. They look like frogs, but they're people. It's weird.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Butters, Rengen, and Cassie. Sorry. You guys are aware that bullywugs are a form of humanoid, more frog-like in nature. They tend to be a bit more amphibious, tending to stay closer to areas that are wet, for lack of a better wording of it. Rivers and swamps tend to be their more favored locales. Some forests, but less so. And they tend to be oddballs at times. They're not always the most welcoming of guests in their areas, but they also tend to be easily awed, and they tend to back off pretty quick if they think that they can't overwhelm you.
Oh, I think I've read about those before. Dad?
Reading about them and experiencing them is two very different things.
Well, of course. First Fullbug that I met was she gestures to Venrora.
How'd she represent us?
Frog fox.
Frog Fox! I can happily say that I consider her a very kind individual. Very understanding. She sends like this smile to Venrora.
I will smile back.
Close enough to what I expected you to say. I was expecting you to say Furbulk Smash.
That came later.
It really did.
That explains it.
First, she's very intelligent as well. It just seems like it's sometimes overrun by her urge to hit things. The smile has turned into a smirk.
Sometimes things need to be hit.
Good. But yes,
I prefer a good old stabbing, but that's just me.
I prefer chopping myself. That's Venrora, by the way. And you just see like the mother and father just kind of looking at him, just like, not at the dinner table.
Too late.
Then his head is coming back up again, like, oh.
I've actually made my bit on my own weapon. It's alright for what it is.
Terrifying thing.
Huh?
That's
It's
fair.
a terrifying thing.
It's just a dagger.
A dagger can be plenty useful if you know where to stick it.
I have ideas of where to usually.
Good.
Just so you people know, no, he did not look at Gyrus when he...
Darius is betraying nothing as well.
That's why it's fun.
Wait, what?
Well, I guess also, since you have letting me say the night here, I'm guessing you're very, very least feeding me. And if anyone in the village is overly sick, I can help with that.
Not at the moment, but we will keep you in mind. If we're lucky, we won't have any more issues with that beast lurking about.
I'm a physician of sorts.
Appreciated.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor.
We did
Well,
run into some
biologist,
carcasses that it had left as we made our way in.
Close to the village.
Close
hours
enough.
A few hours off, right? Or like an hour or so off.
Ah, gods.
Guru, what time is it?
It's evening.
It's
Okay.
dinner time.
Yeah, it's dinner time.
Chili dog.
I was thinking something else.
2 chili dogs to go, please.
I can't believe that shit. I only just saw the trailer for that shit today.
Chili dog time breaks NPR every time.
I'm depressed.
Why are you depressed?
Because it's chili dog time. Oh god.
Oh god, Guru, have you not seen that video? If not, I'll show you something that'll blow your mind later tonight.
Show it later!
Not now.
That's
not
why I said
now.
later tonight.
Later, yes,
I don't even know if
please.
later is good.
Ah,
I will kind of, like, feel like I'm raising my hand like a child.
mm-hmm.
You wouldn't happen to have a map of the town, would you?
No. He looks around
fair
at the
enough.
place just like, no. Is there something specific you were looking for?
No, but I don't know the place.
Hmm.
Did I just break this man?
No, he's in thought. Kinda
I
looks
start
between the
going in
kids.
different directions.
What I was gonna say?
No, it's me. That's me trying to pull up the damn names again.
Oh,
Gilrona. Do you think that you'd be kind enough to escort her if she needs a guide? Gilrona just like half chew, kind of looks over at you. She like gives you a once over and seems to brighten and kind of gives a thumbs up. She's like, yeah.
wait, why'd she brighten? The fuck?
She brightened.
She likes what she sees.
Ah!
I don't know.
I'm just gonna have to ask her.
Maybe she just likes the idea of socializing. Not a big
Could
deal.
be. Could be.
Hmm.
Cassie is a fucking social, like, what is the fucking
Introvert.
word? That's a compliment versus what the fuck
Socially
she is. There we go!
Venrora, is it?
Yes.
There wouldn't happen to be any trees that are good for wood carving around, would there?
He points to the table, and when you look down, you can see that there's plenty of carpentry and wood carving stuff that have clearly had to go on to make this table look the way it does. Plenty of it.
Okay, it's just that I'm not familiar with this area, so
You're fine. Yes, there is wood that is to be found suitable to your needs.
what do the trees look like? Or at least the ones that I can carve.
Ash, oak, just variety of different
Okay.
willow.
Oh, okay. So the trees are just standard.
Yeah,
Standard
fair
tree.
enough.
Pine around
Okay.
here.
I thought it would be like
a few. There's like
I thought it'd be like more exotic trees.
not hugely.
There's no
Okay.
birch?
No birch.
Mm-hmm.
Birch.
Well, remember, that's what no, the woman gave me aspen, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me that. She gave you that sweet ash.
She gave me fucking aspirin is what this fucking crazy ass bitch gave me.
Aspirin. Yeah. Okay. Once dinner's over, he's going to depart from the table and find some wood to carve something.
Cool.
I will kind of like. Oh god, I don't want to say zero in. That sounds so weird. And so does corner. What the fuck? What is the word I'm
Pull
looking for?
aside.
Thank you!
I'm homing in.
Right, the sister once again escapes. Son of a bitch. Thank you. I'm just gonna have to try and remember it because it sounds fucking similar to Giorno or whatever the fuck that fucking fish fucking director is.
Has anyone mentioned where we're staying for the night, by the way?
Here!
Has that been confirmed?
Yes!
It hasn't.
Oh.
I don't.
We have conflicting answers.
The reason I say yes is because Ringen said, since I'm assuming you're letting us stay here, and none of the family rebuked it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that part.
Like, and none of them said shit.
Okay. Well, then I guess if it's confirmed. I just wanted to know.
Of course.
Is there any spots that you would recommend to go?
Any spots that I would what? Sorry, you cut out.
Recommend.
That depends. What are you looking for? Are you looking to get your hair cut a little bit? Are you looking to see? Oh, are you looking for the best place to see the stars? They're probably out by now.
She glances at Jarus and looks back towards the sister.
She like raises a brow, like, yes.
Someone to take someone you're romantically interested in.
Stars it is.
Oh dear.
I love this girl. I adore this little girl.
I won't tell.
I mean, I think he already knows. I'm pretty sure.
Are you inviting him?
I mean, once I know where to go, so that it's not 3 people. Gyrus?
Hey, Gyrus! I know a place that has a really good view. Would you like to come with us? Don't worry,
He looks up. He's like, exactly how late in the night is it right now?
The sun's gone down.
Okay.
You won't be out for long, I promise.
Well, I suppose he smiles, but he it's not as you can tell that he not sure about going.
Mm-hmm.
Cassie looks at him with puppy eyes.
All right.
Fucking NPR's evil laugh just like replaced Jarus' own laugh in my head for a moment. So all I could see was Jarus doing that like fucking evil ass laugh. No!
Yeah, he relents.
Alright. Anyone else have anything they want to do, or is everyone else planning on going to sleep?
Nothing specifically.
You told me it would
Nothing I
take
can't do
3
tomorrow.
days of reading to get done with this book. How close am I?
Pretty close. I'd say you have. If you spent a whole day reading, you'd have it done by tomorrow.
I forgot to fucking yet.
So what if I gotten so far?
Remind me again what the title of the book was, or whose book it was, just to make sure I'm remembering right.
This was Ringen's dad.
Alright, and what was the information I gave you beforehand, just to make sure I'm...
You haven't given me
I haven't given you
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I said. That's why I said I forgot to shit because you're supposed to give me bonus one.
Nieves is going to. Oh, sorry.
No. Remind me, and I will DM you the information later, just because it'll be, details and such.
Yeah, he's spending his free time reading.
No worries. Nieves.
Nieves is going to approach Rengen.
Flee for your life!
At the dinner table, or
This
No,
is probably
after.
This is
okay, after.
After.
Okay, she's most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody else around?
Not particularly.
Nobody
focused
within
on you.
earshot?
Mostly because, when Vannon was wanting to go over and poke the goblin who's reading, he was grabbed by the ear by Grandma and dragged off.
Ah, thanks, Grandma.
I mean, I thought it's just outside.
Ringen does not want to kick the shit out of a 13-year-old. I'm be real honest.
Rengen,
Mm-hmm.
you're a scientist, right? Or a doctor?
He'll place a quick mark in his book and look. I guess that would be a way to play.
Do you know what would be a good thing to put in the water, like in a river or something, to hurt someone?
Well, he'll take out a jar. This is carrion crawler mucus. He'll take out 2 more jars. This is wyvern poison. This is another bit of wyvern poison. Take out another one, and this would be phase spider poison. Any of these would work.
Your
Out of
pockets are-
character,
Yeah?
because you are proficient with poisonous tools, Rengen.
I have expertise in poisonous tools.
I'm aware. The only one of those that would be really useful for what she's asking would be like the carrion crawler one, and that's iffy at that because it's a contact poison.
Yeah.
For something like that, it's mostly ingested. Most of the ones you've pulled out are injectables, so they have to go into the bloodstream directly.
I'm not done
Drinking it
yet.
down would make them sick, but it wouldn't.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
He has a point to this.
Mhm.
These, to be more specific, he'll point to the normal ones. These you'd mainly want to put on a weapon of sorts.
Uh-oh.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that was a
Robot train just drove by.
Butters got yeeted.
Discord just shut down for him.
Oh, rip! Oh, wait, I think I know what it's doing. I think it might be auto-updating.
Ew.
Because it did that to me, too.
No auto update. We're in the middle of a session.
We're in the middle of a very good conversation.
Alright, hello?
Yep.
There we
Yeah,
go.
we got him.
There you go, Discord shut out. So yeah, he goes, so these more injectables you might want to put on a dagger or sword or arrows. But this, and no point to the carrion crawler mucus, this is more you could rub it on someone's skin. It would paralyze them. There are others, of course, some you might want to put in a drink, to be specific. What do you need to know?
Yeah, that one. It's not for. I'm not gonna hurt anybody in this group. It's just for later.
He actually kind of smiles.
Oh, Jesus!
Who are you looking to poison?
Someone I used to know.
Say that again?
Someone I used to know.
You want to do it subtly. Because
Yeah.
poison's a good way, but it's not going to get the job. You see how it works would be, with poisons of the sort, you would get some people, but if you're going for overall population, it would get found out and only a few people would go. You would need even more tactics beyond that. It's guerrilla warfare. So you would go somewhere from that. You wouldn't just do poison, you would build off of poison to something else. If that makes sense to you.
It does. Thank you for your time. And the one that's ingestible is what was it called?
Well, the one I'll have is more contact. It's carriage called as mucus. Give me a second. He starts thinking and he pulls out a separate book he has. You just walked up to the person who's like has everything you could ever need to know about what you're talking
Poison
about.
training with Ringen!
This is exciting. It's not a
For the
character.
first time in your character's life, pretty much, you've intrigued him.
Oh,
Like,
goodness.
the first time. So there's a few different ways poisons could. There's a contact, which is the mucus, so it's less of what you would need. You would need an ingested, or possibly an inhaled, depending on how you want to distribute it. Inhaled or ingested would be there's something called a pale tincture. Bit expensive if you ask me. Well, but probably on the cheaper side for what you need. Assassin's blood, that's a common one. Not too shabby though. Purple.
Say if I were to dump it into a river.
You would need a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend if you want to get something for cheap,
Assassin's blood. I think it's the cheapest one I know when it comes to ingested.
Okay, thank you.
If you give me enough materials and time, I could get you the new resources for it. Or I could get you the poison for it if you give me the resources.
I'll keep that in mind.
Would you like to know what you need for it?
Yes.
And you write down basically a
Yeah,
shopping
baby.
list of what you would need.
We're in there.
Oh man.
The plot
Bad
thickens.
influence. Rengen, bad influence.
Oh no, this was none of this was influenced by Rengen. Trust me.
Mhm.
He's an enabler.
I don't. Oh yeah, he just enabled.
Oh, yeah, he's just
like,
enabling.
yeah. I'm fine. You finally made Rengen interested in you. It's wild. He's like,
This is
because this whole
fun.
time he thought you were just a goody two shoes. Then you ask if you can help him poison the whole town.
Yeah,
And he's like, oh, okay. Wait a minute. This is the type of friend you need. One that's willing to make you poison. You know?
Yeah, baby.
Oh my god. It's like that one shoot.
Ooh, we could. Paris has to skedaddle soon.
Yeah, I was about to say we're gonna wrap up, and we're going to. Someone help remind me. We're gonna pick back up with Gyrus and Cassie going on.
You
their,
forgot my name.
Their little dates.
Paris, you've got
Yeah.
so many names. Are you really gonna go sob about that and make me feel like I'm a crazy person?
You are crazy. You're
Yes, I
So
am.
not
excited to
forget-
finally get into this.
Paris,
This is exciting.
Piras,
Yes.
Sirap, Sarip.
That's enough gin for you.
Yeah.
Rapsy,
Also, by the way, I will say one thing before I fucking jet, because I got like Cassie will stop by Earthos and kind of like look at him for just a few seconds before she hugs him tightly. Wish me luck and thank you for the tutelage a few weeks ago. Before she takes off.
the what?
Basically, Earthos
tutelage.
is like confidence boost
Oh,
during their last private conversation.
Oh, do you know? I'm
oh,
sorry.
you're going on a date?
Ooh.
She gives this shrug that just says, I'm not sure! And she looks nervous as shit, but she just fucking takes off.
That's a yes.
So she just gives a thumbs up and quickly goes back to what he was doing. He's not sure.
Did not want to seem ungrateful to her brother's attempts coming to fruition.
Fantastic. That being said, for everyone else who is watching back at home, thank you all so much for doing so. We really appreciate and we love the fact that we're able to do all this and have fun together because this is just a grand old time regardless. We'll try and keep up our flow and keep up more stuff and see where we're going. And until next time, we've been WhatTeamComp and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.